What's going on, everybody? David here. Today, another live stream Saturday. So we're going to be doing some talk about the American Express Gold. I wanted to say American Express Platinum, but we'll be talking about the American Express Gold right now. So as you guys come in the room, just let me know you're here just by saying hello or give me a thumbs up. That way I know you guys are here and I can give you guys a shout out. And then we will go ahead and get started. So we're going to talk about American Express Gold. What do you guys think about it? Let's put it out there in the chat. We can all kind of give our opinions. I think it's a really strong move. There are actually two moves. The first being, actually, let me wait a little bit, and then I want to get everybody in the room before we start talking about it. But yeah, we'll talk about that, and then we'll just open it up to Q&A, so you guys can just let me know what you guys are interested in listening or to hearing, and then we'll talk about that, and we'll just make it a good night. So you guys are in here right now. Looks like we got about 9 people. Hit the like button, please, so you can allow more people to see that we're doing a live stream, and then bring them into the group as well. So let's see. Let's see. All right, so things look pretty good. Internet is okay. And if there are any issues that come up throughout the stream, just let me know just by in the chat. Usually the chat works, but something else might go down, but the chat's still working. So just let me know in the chat if something's going on, and I'll try to fix it as far as the audio, if it sounds bad, or if the video goes out or anything like that. I've been getting better with live streams, but there's still some things that happen every once in a while, and I don't know what's going on, so I'll have to try to figure it out. I've been able to kind of do it on the fly, so if the sound does go out, I can usually fix that. So just let me know. All right, so let me know you're here. Thumbs up, like something, or not thumbs up, or say hi, or something like that, just so I know that you guys are in the room, so I can give you guys a shout out. And like the title, we are going to talk a little bit about the American Express Gold, and they made some changes They made some changes last week, so we'll discuss that right now. All right, so who do we have in the room? We have Braveheart. What's going on, buddy? And David. And if you guys have questions, I will come back to them, but I just want to give everyone a shout out right now. So yeah, David, what's going on? Stefan, how you doing, buddy? Shamrock, first time here, or first time that I've seen you here. How you doing? Let's see. Corey, how's it going? D. Anderson, how you doing? And that rounds it out. James, what's going on? So, like I said, as you guys come in, just give me a thumbs up or just say hello, just so I know you guys are here. And hit the like button as well, so we can promote it to more people and get more people in here to see the stream. So I do want everyone's input that's interested in the American Express Gold. Just let me know what you guys think about the card, because I think this is a really strong move, and I'm hoping that it will push some other credit card companies to maybe make some changes. And I've been talking about this forever, but Chase is the only one at this point that hasn't made a move or hasn't made any significant change in a positive direction with their cards. So I think at this point they're probably going to have to do something. I can't see them holding out much longer. Obviously, this is a game where the companies are trying to make money, so they don't want to offer all these different benefits. Because the more benefits they offer and the more benefits that we utilize, the less money that they're going to make in the big scheme of things. I shouldn't even speak like that, because I don't know exactly how they're making their money. As far as, or I should say, I know how they're making their money, but I don't know exactly how much money they're making and how much they take a hit. Because I think you can kind of balance things, right? So if you have more people getting your card, then that means that the merchant fees are going to be, you're going to make more money in merchant fees, even though you're giving out more benefits. So it's kind of a balancing act. So we'll see. Malik, what's going on, buddy? Bruce, how you doing? Okay, so like I said, we'll talk a little bit about the American Express Gold Card, and I'm sure most of you guys have already heard about the couple of changes that they did make. And then we will do some Q&A, so we'll talk about just travel credit cards. If you guys have any travel credit cards in mind, you can put them in the chat, and we will go over, probably make 2 cards. We'll probably do a review of 2 cards. I'm not going to do a review of the American Express Gold Card because I've done another live stream where I did a review of that one. But we will talk about the 2 changes. And I keep saying 2 changes. Really, it's 1 change, and then they're bringing back something. So, okay. Let's see. If we have any questions right now, I'll go over those, and then we will go ahead and get started. Like I said, if you guys are in the room, please hit the like button. I know I say that a lot, and I don't want to keep bugging you about it, but if you're new in the room, I like to remind people, hey, hit the like button because it will promote it to more people, and that's what we're trying to do. And when I say promote, I mean right now it will promote. Literally, if you hit the like button, and they will start putting it out to more people. Oh, you like it? Basically, the way it works, just so you guys know, and I don't know all the details of the algorithm, but let's say you come in the room, you hit the like button. Oh, you like this video? Well, these are other videos that you've liked, so they start putting it out to different people who've watched videos that you like. So that kind of makes sense, I guess. So I don't know exactly how the algorithm works, but I know if you hit the like button, it's a good thing. So that's why I keep saying that. All right. Let's see. Any questions that are directly to me, just put at TEC, and I will try to answer those questions for you. Okay, so David's just eating Carl's Jr. Dinner from Uber Eats. Yeah, so utilizing that Uber Eats benefit there. Let's see. Okay, so any questions for me, just at TEC. And then if you have a question for the group, obviously just put the question out there. And I'll look at some of the questions. If I know the answer, I'll try to help you out with that. A lot of times, by the time I get to the answer or to the question, someone's already answered it, so that's good as well. Let's see. Hello. My screen is really far away. I don't know why I have it so far away today. Let me make one adjustment here. So I need to see these. Ooh. Okay. All right, that is better. And I'm getting a new monitor too, because this monitor really bothers me. It's I'm gonna have one that's, hopefully I'll have it a little bit closer to me. I don't know. I guess I'll put it right about there. I guess I can have it right here. Yeah, so I can have a monitor that's a lot closer to me, so it'll be a little easier for me to read the comments, because usually I'm squinting, and I notice when I look on the screen, or when I replay these videos, I'm looking and I'm always like squinting to see. My eyes aren't bad, but for whatever reason, this is pretty small. As far as, I guess I could probably increase the font. Anyway, all right, let's get off that. Let's see. Okay. Corey, what's going on? I think I missed you when I went through everyone. Yeah, I did miss you. Sorry about that, Corey. Okay, Virginia Beach. And D. Anderson, Team Amex. All right. Now, I am, just so you guys know, if you guys are new here, probably most people know, but I have a Chase ecosystem. So I have like the Chase trifecta on the personal side as well as the business side. So I've been investing a lot of my, most of my credit cards are Chase credit cards. I don't have anything that's at American Express. I do have one Citi card at the moment, but American Express has always been a cards that I want to get, but I just haven't taken the leap yet. I like Chase. I like what they have to offer as far as their transfer partners. So I'm happy with them. But at this point, I've gotten pretty much all the cards that I need when it comes to Chase. So I've already mentioned that I will be getting some American Express cards. The fact that they've changed the American Express Gold a little bit, that really gets me to the point where there's no reason for me not to get that card at this point. But I also want to get the American Express Platinum. I want to get the American Express Platinum with the 100,000 sign-up bonus. So it's going to be a balancing act, right? So we have to see that. Now, the link that I just pulled up, and let's talk about the American Express Gold right now, and then I can go over the questions or I can do the rest of the shout outs after this. But I just pulled up a link right now. What you might want to do is go in incognito when you pull this link up, because if you've visited before and they have cookies in your computer and all that in your browser, then you might not see the same thing that I'm seeing. But it is a 50,000 sign up bonus for the American Express Gold Card. So I will show you guys that as soon as I can pull it up here. So that's good because it's 50,000, so you can get that 50,000. Now I don't know if this is just pretty much across the board now, or if I was able to jump into a link. Sometimes you just go on there and you jump into a link and it's like, oh, okay, there is 50,000. Then you jump into another link and it's 35,000. So let's take a look at this. And like I said, I will post a link so you guys can go directly here and get that 50,000 sign up bonus. So like I said, like we talked about a little bit, but I didn't go into details. Basically, Amex, the American Express Gold, they are now allowing 4 times points worldwide. Okay, so, and that's at restaurants. So not at the grocery stores. Grocery stores are going to say the same, but at restaurants, it's going to be 4 times points worldwide. That is a huge change, and for the better, because you used to have the way it used to play out is you had Citi Thank You points or the Citi Thank You Prestige card, and that card gets you 5 points for every dollar spent at restaurants. Excellent earn possibility with that card. However, I don't really like the transfer partners, but still, nonetheless, that is the best on the market right now when it comes to restaurants. So that was worldwide. Then you had the Chase Sapphire Reserve, which is 3 points for every dollar spent, and that was worldwide as well. So now the American Express Gold has bumped Chase Sapphire Reserve out of the way, and they're now second with 4 points for every dollar spent at restaurants. So that's I'm telling you that's a huge deal. And then you have to look at the annual fee. Now I'm just talking about the updates now. I'm not talking about the cards overall. I do think the American Express Gold has moved closer to the Chase Sapphire Reserve as far as the benefits that are out there. So the cards are very similar at this point. And obviously the Chase, and I'm saying this as a Chase as a Chase ecosystem person, one that likes Chase and swears by Chase. I think American Express Gold has put themselves right there with that Chase Sapphire Reserve. Now, of course, you have the Priority Pass lounges, so you have that with the Chase Sapphire Reserve. You also have better travel insurance, and you have some other perks, a $300 travel credit. And I've always said this about these travel credits. So you have a $300. So the Chase Sapphire Reserve is a $450 annual fee card. The American Express Gold is a $250 annual fee card. Okay, the Chase Sapphire Reserve gives you $300 travel credit. That's just on any type of travel, right? That's great. However, it's $300. The way I look at it is like this. What if the card was a $150 annual fee and you were able to just keep that $300 and then they offered all the other little benefits? The fact that they're giving you a travel credit is great, but you are paying for the travel credit, right? So it's not anything in addition to, it's just a part of the $450 annual fee. So with the American Express Gold, on the other hand, you pay $250 out of pocket, and then you're going to get a couple of credits. You get the airline credit, but that's for incidentals. It's not for booking airfare, unless you kind of go roundabout and get a gift card, an airline gift card, then you can use it that way, or get a gift card for it has to be airline. So airline gift card, you can use it. But when you look at the benefit, and then you also get the dining credit, so you get that as well. So, and that's $120. So you do get some credits with both cards. You're able to bring you can bring that effective annual fee down to, hopefully you can bring it down to zero with both cards. But I'm just looking at the benefits earned possibility with American Express Gold now. It's through the roof, I think. I mean, the grocery stores 4 times points, that's amazing. So I can use that if I'm in the U.S. at grocery stores and really maximize. And I go to a grocery store at least 2-3 times a week. So I can really benefit from that, and most of us can really benefit from that. And then you get the 4 times points at restaurants worldwide, which will allow me to not have to worry about the fact that if I'm in another country, I can't use the American Express Gold, or I wouldn't want to use American Express Gold because I'm only getting 1 point for every dollar spent. So that's a huge benefit. Now, I know what some people will say is, well, you can't use Amex everywhere. So, like outside of the country, even in the country, there's some places that won't take American Express. But as a whole, if you're in a large city, you're not going to have any problems. If you go to some smaller cities, you might run into some problems. But if you're in small cities, you might run into problems with the Visa card, depending on where you're shopping. Most restaurants will take Visa, but some of the smaller little places where you might want to buy souvenirs and things like that, you're not going to be able to use a credit card there. So it's one of those deals. If it's 4 times points at restaurants, usually a restaurant's going to allow you to use American Express, but you are going to have some issues with that. More issues than with the Visa when it comes to being in other countries. So let's go ahead and pull this up real quick and take a look. And let's see. All right, there we go. Okay, so here's the card, and like I said, the major change is the restaurants. So everything else is pretty much the same, with the exception of the rose gold. Now they're relaunching, they're bringing back the rose gold, and it doesn't have it on here. I guess if you guys know in the chat, I didn't even read the article yet, but I know they will be bringing that rose gold back. Now I want to talk about that too, because I think that's a bad move on their part, and I'll tell you why. And I know in past videos I said, yeah, I want them to bring back the rose gold limited edition card, but after thinking about it, I think they made a mistake when it came to that, and I'll tell you why. So they're bringing back the rose gold. The rose gold was limited edition when they initially launched the card. Everyone wanted the rose gold card, right? It was limited edition. They were going to be doing away with it, and there was urgency to get that color. So now they're bringing it back. And so now it kind of takes that nostalgia, the uniqueness of that color card, and I think what they should have done is brought back changed the color to something else, and made that a limited edition. And I mean, they could play on this for years down the road, right? And still honor the fact. So you get the rose gold card, and like if you get in on that color, then you're able to keep that color for as long as you want. So when you renew your card, they can still give you the rose gold because you got it. You were one of the people that were able to get that limited edition card. So you get it we'll just say get it for life, right? Now, the new launch, they shouldn't have brought back the old color. They should have put a new color in there. Something else that's unique, and we're weird about it. So like you could just because it's rose, the fact that it was rose gold is not a huge well, I won't say it's not a huge draw. A lot of people wanted the card because it was rose gold, but if you give me limited edition anything, it's kind of like when back in the day when I used to collect baseball cards and all that stuff. You get the limited edition card, and it's worth more money, or it's worth something because it's limited edition. It didn't really matter what it was for the most part. I mean, what player it was. Well, I shouldn't say that. It did matter what player it was, but because it was limited edition, you could have one regular card with that same player, one card that's limited edition with that same player. That limited edition card is going to be worth more. So you can have another limited edition color and not have it rose gold, but just have something else. Have that open for a couple of months, then shut that down, and then maybe a few months down the road, then get another limited edition color, and then kind of go like that. And you can play that. I'm telling you, could play that for years and years down the road, and people will jump on it still because they want to get whatever that color is. If they really like the color, they want to jump on that color. Give them an option. You can get the regular gold, or you can get this limited edition color. So that's the only thing. And I'd love to know what you guys thinking. So just let me know in the chat how you guys feel about that. But I think the fact that it's rose gold, and they said before it was limited edition, it was going to go away and you weren't going to be able to get it, and now they're bringing it back. It kind of makes people think like, well, okay, so I'll just wait a couple months to get the card, and then they'll launch the color again, the same limited edition rose gold again, and then limited edition rose gold, and then at some point it'll probably just be, okay, the regular gold or the rose gold, which one do you want? So yeah, that's just kind of the way I feel. So they should have made another color. All right, so that's pretty much it when it comes to American Express. I know it's not a lot when it comes down to, well, it's a lot. It's a big change, but those are the only two changes that I've seen. But yeah, it means a lot. Like that American Express Gold with the 4 times points at restaurants, that is really going to be something that I think is going to push a lot of people over to American Express, because now, like I said, Chase is no longer a strong leader when it comes to restaurants. And Chase is, even though, and this is the way I've always looked at it, you have the Citi Prestige card, you get 5 times points at restaurants there, and then you have the Chase Sapphire Reserve, you get 3 times points. I still would jump on the Chase Sapphire Reserve just because of the transfer partners and the ecosystem that you can work with when it comes to that. I like it a lot better than the thank you points with Citi. So I still would have jumped for Chase Sapphire Reserve. Now that Chase Sapphire Reserve has been bumped down to 3rd, and then you have that card in the middle now that's the American Express Gold. They're when I look at that, it's like, okay, I can get the American Express Gold now and American Express Platinum, and I have a really solid tandem that I can use for earn. Really good earn with those cards. Get 50,000 points with the American Express Gold, and that's what this one is here. Let me put this link up so you guys can go to that. I would probably go in the incognito. I would probably go. Why did that change on me? I think I just added something. I might have messed it up, guys. Hold on. I'm going to try to refresh it. Hopefully it says the same thing. Yeah, I would go with the, you get the Amex Gold with the 50,000 bonus points, and hopefully this link will come back and it'll be 50,000. And I'll put the link so you guys can check it out. But go in incognito when you do it, just to make sure it doesn't have any cookies or anything like that in there that will just revert it back to the 35,000. Okay, so yeah, we still have it here. So let me post that. So check that out. Share that with your friends. And if you share it with your friends, share them the channel as well. That way maybe we can have them come in and join the party with us. So there's the link there. Now, let's see. Let's go back here and let's open it up. Now we're going to open it up. We'll start. If you guys have questions or anything like that about the card, if you have comments, please put your comments. I want to know your opinion about the American Express Gold. Do you think it's a good card to get? Obviously, we have some guys in the room that swear by American Express. So I'd love to hear everyone's input, but especially their input, because they already either have the card or have some other cards at American Express. If you guys have questions, specifically for me, just put @TEC, and I will answer those questions for you. And then one more thing before we get going, I was posting a link all the time for the Facebook group. The Facebook group link is in the comment section. It should be that first little. Did I pin it? I don't even think I pinned it, but it'll be I'll pin it right after this video, but it's on there. So just go down there, click on the Facebook group to find out more information about travel and stuff like that. We talk about travel credit cards on that channel as a whole. So you'll learn a lot of information about travel and travel credit cards. I will be going on a trip in 3 weeks. I'll be going to Hawaii, and I'll be posting pictures and things like that. I haven't had anything to post, so I haven't been very active on there, but I want that group to be more about you guys. You guys see me when I come on every Saturday and every Monday, but I want it to be more of what you guys are want to talk about. So what you guys are engaging in. So I will, though, when I go to Hawaii, I will be posting some pictures and different information there, and I will I'm gonna do my best to do some live streams while I'm out there. I can't promise anything because there are certain variables, internet connection, all that. So we'll have to see how that plays out. Okay. All right, and one more thing too, and I posted this in the Facebook group, but I'm now going to start doing interviews. Okay, so and I don't need to talk to experts. I just want to talk to people who use travel credit cards. How do you use them? What cards do you like to use the most? So I will be doing interviews. Now you don't have to be on camera on the interview. It could be just, and I'm doing it as a live stream. It can just be. We'll just have a window for you. If you don't want to be on the camera, that's fine. We'll just talk back and forth, and I just want to get different people's input and experiences when it comes to travel credit cards. I know how travel credit cards have changed my life when it comes to the fact that in the past I never even thought about travel, and the main reason I didn't think about travel is because of money. I have the time. I have a pretty good job where I'm able to take off time pretty much whenever I want. And so I have that, but it was the money thing. That money aspect really turned me off about traveling because I didn't want to have to spend a bunch of money. And when I went to Puerto Rico, that was my first trip. I didn't use points on that trip, but that was the first trip that I had taken in a long time. And we're talking, Puerto Rico's not that far. And that trip, I think, and I was there for 5 days, that trip cost me like $1,500. And I thought that was just... I couldn't sustain that for any period of time. And the reason that I wanted to travel is because I wanted to photograph my journey. So pretty much travel photography is what I wanted to do. And the fact that it was that expensive really, really got me to the point where it's like either there's going to be another way for me to do this or I'm not going to do it because I can't pay $1,500 every 3 months or 2 months, whatever, to travel. And so that's when I got into travel credit cards. So that really changed the way that I thought about travel. And it got me to a point where I was like, okay, I can travel for $300-$400 and spend the same amount of time or even more time in further off places, like places that are further away, other countries and all that. And so that's when I said, okay, I got it. And that really changed the way that I saw travel. So it changed my life, basically, if you think of it that way, because it got me to the point now where I'm traveling a lot more. So these last 2.5 years, I've been going all around the world, and I'm going around the world this year, next year, and I have plans. So it really changed the way I am. So anyway, I just want to hear stories. I want to know what you guys have to say about it. So I don't want it to just be me on these live streams. I want to be able to bring people in. So if you guys are interested, just let me know. You can hit me up here. You can hit me up in the chat right now. Say, hey, I'm interested, and then we'll talk offline a little bit more about it. Maybe go on the Facebook group or just do a messenger or whatever. But if you're in the Facebook group, just hit me up there on the chat. And I'd like to just start doing that, at least not every Saturday, but at least bring people in every once in a while when we can talk. And then I'm also reaching out to some other YouTubers, so we'll be bringing them in, and we'll be doing some Q&A and just talk about travel credit cards. I just think it makes it more interesting, and I've always wanted to do it, but I didn't have the means. I didn't know how to fix everything and work it all out. Now I think I have one solid method that will work. So I already have that. The quality of the video is 720 instead of 1080, which I'm really anal about my video. Like I want a 1080p. 4K is that's not something that I would stream. Most people don't stream 4K. It's just too much on the computers. Plus, people aren't going to watch it in 4K. So I want 1080p. I don't have that with what I'm currently the current option that I have, but that option is good. And it's not Google Hangouts. It's a different platform, but it works well. So I will be starting with that, and then I'm still working on another option that would be 1080p. So yeah. All right. So just giving you guys all that info. So please do, if you guys are interested in getting in the being interviewed, then come on in. Now, if you have a channel already, I think it's a perfect opportunity for you to jump in and people get to see your face and join your subscribe to your channel and stuff like that. So if you already have a channel, then that it would be definitely a good thing for you. And if you don't have a channel, you're not really interested in having a channel, that's fine. But I still want to get an interview with you. So, all right, I talked enough about that. Let's see. Okay. Let's move on down here. So any questions specifically for me, just at TEC. I'm surprised the Chase Sapphire Reserve hasn't responded because the gold card keeps knocking it down. Yeah, that's Stefan saying that. I don't know what the deal is. Maybe Chase is just broke. Like, maybe they can't. They physically can't. And I've always said this, and I'm helping this company out a lot, I think. Well, in my mind I am. I don't know if they're listening. Who watches these small little channels? But raise the annual fee. If you don't have the money, raise the Chase Sapphire Reserve, raise the annual fee to $550. I know that irks some people, and they're probably gonna be like, I don't want to have to pay more money, but raise that annual fee to $100 or $100 more, and then offer some more benefits. That's what you got to. Like if you're pretty much breaking even now with the card, raise the annual fee up, give us some little benefits. And I say little, but I mean, give us some good benefits, and then go from there. I mean, you at this point, something has to be done. You can't just let, because American Express used to be at the top of the game, at the top of their game when it came to travel credit cards. And I remember when I was younger, and I didn't really know anything about credit cards, but if you pose a card, like if you ask me, okay, what's the best travel credit card, or what's the best card for travel, it was American Express. Don't leave home without it. All that. I mean, it was just, they ingrained that in everyone's mind. So even when I was too young to have a credit card, I still knew that American Express was like at the top of their game. And then it's somewhere along the line, Chase was able to really start getting customers and really started moving forward. Actually, they didn't even have Chase back when I was, I don't believe Chase was, when I was a kid, we didn't have Chase. But they've been able to amass a pretty strong ecosystem, and I still think the ecosystem is strong. But I think American Express is the one that's making a lot of different changes, and Chase is not. So eventually, if it hasn't already happened, more and more people will just jump to American Express, and Chase is going to really start suffering from that. And if they suffer from that, it could be a point where they can't make any moves, and then their company will just, when it comes to credit cards, they have banks all over, so they're still doing banking, but I'm talking specifically about credit cards, travel credit cards. So we'll see. I mean, I'm hoping, Stefan, they do something. I really am, because this competition is great. That's one of the things, like, people say, well, I don't want them, like, I don't want American Express to start doing better things or having a better credit card. I want American Express to have better cards, because if their cards are better, Chase is going to have to make better cards. That's the way that I look at it. Okay. What else do we have? Okay, so Shamrock says, coming through loud and clear. Thank you. I appreciate that. I finally got home from work, and fun day, digging in, falling asleep. All right, cool, man. That's Braveheart. Okay. Doing very well. Credit card Maestro sent me your way. Oh, cool. Okay, Shamrock. I'll watch your content. Good stuff. Thank you. I appreciate that, Shamrock. So Credit Card Maestro. Yeah, I did a video with Wiseflies, and they I think I put it in the Facebook group, so I put a link there. But check it out. So go to Wiseflies, his channel. It's Wiseflies, like fly somewhere. And we just kind of did a more of a round robin, I guess you can call it, where he'll ask a question, then you answer the question, then you go on to the next question, It was a lot of fun. I'm going to start doing a lot more collabs. So if you guys are out there, like I said, if you have a channel, I want to do some more collabs. So definitely hit me up, and as well as live streams. I want to pull people in, interviews, Credit Card Maestro. If you're pushing people that way, hit me up, and we can do some collabing. Wise Flies, I'm already going to do some collabing with him, some more collabing, I should say, with him. But yeah, I think it's good, especially for smaller channels. Like I have a small channel, so I think it's good for us to kind of come together and start putting out some content and bringing more and more people in to see what we have to say. There is not a live stream right now that's going where you have like reoccurring guests, I guess you can say, or just YouTubers that's a tandem that are talking about credit cards for the most part. And I'm pretty much one of the only ones. I mean, I think I saw one other help build your credit or something like that, but that's more building credit. Where we're talking more about travel credit cards. I don't think there's any other live person that's doing live streams that are talking just about travel credit cards. And it's hard. I mean, it's hard. Damn, my voice went out. It's hard because I don't know about all the credit cards, and it's impossible for someone to know about every credit card that's out there. We don't have every credit card that's out there. So a lot of the stuff we have to rely on just what we remember about the card, or we'll pull up and do reviews and stuff like that. So it's a lot easier if I just sit down and do a regular video and edit the video, because I can put as much information in there as possible. But when we're kind of going over these, it's a little bit harder. But the good thing about it is we have a good, strong audience that will help out when it comes to cards that I might not have information on. Okay. Let's move on down. Let's see. Okay. If anybody, let me move back up here. I lost my place. It dropped me all the way down to the bottom here. Okay. Let's see. Where was I? If anybody needs a referral link to Amex Gold so you can get the Rose Gold, I can help you out. Okay, so that's David there saying that. David, you can post a link. I'll open it up so people can go over there. Now, the 50,000 sign-up bonus, excuse me, 50,000 sign-up bonus is what you should be going for. So I posted that link, so go to that. Now, if that's the norm, which for whatever reason, it's not showing me anything about Rose Gold on the one that I pulled up. So looks like there probably is some type of a special link for the Rose Gold. So at this point, that 50,000 is only going to be for the regular gold. At least that's what it's showing. But what I would do is I would sign up for that card, or sign up with the 50,000 sign up bonus, and then contact them directly and say, hey, I wanted to get the Rose Gold, but I didn't see it being offered on there. And I'm sure they'll work something out when it comes to that. Okay. All right. Let's move on down. I just upgraded to the platinum from the gold. Did I do the right thing? And that's Malik asking that. Well, both cards are great. It depends on how much you travel and what you really wanted to get out. Like, you upgraded for a reason, I would imagine. So getting the platinum is great if you travel a lot. You want to be able to utilize the Centurion lounges and the lounge access that you get with the platinum. 5 times points for airlines. So yeah, you're fine if that's what your goal is. Now, what I love about that Amex Gold is the fact that you can earn a lot of points fast. You get the 4 times points at restaurants, and then 4 times points at grocery stores in the U.S. That is what the strength of that card. So I wouldn't say you messed up or anything like that, but it's just what were you really looking for? And I personally, so let's say, Malik, you've already made your decision, but just the way that I would have probably handled it is I probably would have tried to get that platinum on, kept the gold and then try to get the platinum in addition. That way I get a sign-up bonus for the platinum. Upgrading it, you're not going to get the sign-up bonus. And so I've seen sign-up bonuses as high as 100,000. So you don't want to just throw those points away. You want to try to get those points, keep both cards, or maybe even downgrade. If you're looking at the annual fee and saying I can't pay a $250 annual fee and a $550 annual fee, well then maybe it hurts me to say this, but maybe downgrade that Amex Gold to the green card, and I think it's a $95 annual fee for that card, and then keep that platinum. So get the platinum and then get that a $95 annual fee card, and kind of go with it that way. I mean, I don't know. I would really, Malik, I would really try to keep both cards. I mean, I would want the gold and the platinum. I think they work together so well when it comes down to the earn possibility. You're going to be earning a lot of points with both those cards, and the annual fee is really not going to be an issue as long as you can use your dining credit and the airline credit. So if you do travel, you get that $100 incidentals with the airline, so you can use that, and then you'll also get the credits with the Amex Platinum. So. Okay, in my opinion, 4 times worldwide dining just makes switching to staying in the Amex ecosystem easier. I think points earning in the Amex ecosystem is better than Chase. Okay, Stefan, you know what? I have to agree with you at this point. Now, like I said, that's how big that little change was for me, because I'm looking at, before I could always say, well, it's not everywhere. It's only in the U.S., and that was an argument. It wasn't. I'm not going to say it was a strong argument, but it was an argument, because the way that I earn points is I earn most of my points in the U.S., and then I travel somewhere, and then I use, I use a card in other countries, but I don't use it that much, in the sense that the majority of my spending is going to be in the U.S. So you can always say, well, yeah, I don't need that card when I travel. I can use another card. When I'm talking about the Amex Gold. But now that you kind of make it across the board, you can have just the Amex Gold, not have any other cards, but just the Amex Gold, and you'll be fine. Whereas before I would say, yeah, you have the Amex Gold, but if you do travel somewhere, you're not going to be able to use it the way that you're not going to be able to earn the same points using that card. So yeah, I think it now makes that card makes the ecosystem, the Amex ecosystem, that much stronger. And Chase, they have to make a move. One of the things, and I've said this before, and I think it's something that should really be considered. I think I think that Chase, let me adjust this a little bit here. I think that Chase needs to do something with the Chase Sapphire Preferred. That's the card that they need to make changes with. You can keep the Chase Sapphire Reserve the same, change that Chase Sapphire Preferred, because no one wants to get both cards. There's no need to have both cards. So what Amex did, the smart thing that they did, you have the Amex Gold and you have the Amex Platinum. They play off each other. So I'm not earning the same points with both cards. So I'm getting 5 times points with airlines with the Amex Platinum, but then I'm only getting 3 times points with airlines with the Amex Gold, right? So because of that, now you want to get both cards. And then you get the 4 times points with the Amex Gold at restaurants, and then the 4 times points at grocery stores in the U.S. So now those cards play well with each other. Chase doesn't have that. You have the Chase Sapphire Reserve. You have the Chase Sapphire Preferred, which the benefits that you get with the Chase Sapphire Preferred, you get those same benefits and more with the Chase Sapphire Reserve. So I get 3 points for every dollar spent at restaurants. I get, with the Chase Sapphire Reserve, 2 points for every dollar spent with the Chase Sapphire Preferred. They don't play off each other. They don't help each other out. They don't complement each other. You have to drop down to the Chase Freedom cards in order to get some different benefits that will help you out when it comes to earn possibility. So I think that's where that's the card they need to change. That Chase Sapphire Preferred, change that card. And I've even said the card's a $95 annual fee now. Raise that annual fee up. You can even make it comparable to the Chase or to the American Express Gold, $250 annual fee. Give us some benefits. Yeah, put those cards head to head. 4 times points at restaurants, or maybe not 4 times, but I don't know. But give us something with that Chase Sapphire Preferred, and then you can launch it or relaunch the card, or keep the Chase Sapphire Preferred there, and then add an additional card, Chase Sapphire Preferred Plus or something like that, and that card $250 annual fee, and then give us some different perks, some different benefits. So I think that's what they need to do at this point, because they're not going to be on top. And when I say on top, I mean up there. They're not going to be up there when it comes to the two credit card companies. I'm not even talking about Citi right now, because I think we can all agree that Citi is third when it comes to these two. When it comes to the three different banks. So Chase has to do something, and I think you need to look at that Chase Sapphire Preferred, because it's either or, and it shouldn't be. I don't think that's a right business plan to have an either or card. When I say either or, it's either the Chase Sapphire Preferred or the Chase Sapphire Reserve. You can't have both cards right now, and they won't allow you to have both cards right now. So they're really kind of shooting themselves in the foot, because American Express, you can have the American Express Gold and the American Express Platinum and get benefits as far as earning with both cards. You can't do that with Chase. So that's what they need to change. Let me know what you guys think too in the chat, and we can talk about it a little more. Okay. David says, Malik, no. Malik, did you get the sign-up bonus? And I don't think he did, only because he said he upgraded. So we'll have to see what he says here. TEC, my girl got me a new MacBook Pro for my Father's Day gift. Cool, Braveheart. You still flying planes, man? You still out there learning? I think you told me you're still in training to be a pilot. Let us know how that's turning out. Let's see. Awesome. Braveheart. Okay, congrats. No, I just need to get Adobe Premiere and a great camera. Okay. So Braveheart, are we doing a channel? Because that's what it sounds like, and I don't know if you mentioned that before. Just a little advice: you don't have to get a great camera. You just need to get a camera. Or put it this way: most cameras on the market right now, let's say you're paying from anywhere, let's say $300 to $400, you can get a pretty decent camera for that amount of money. And Adobe Premiere Pro, yeah, you can get that. It's like $20. It's like a monthly fee, $20 a month for the Premiere Pro, like CC. So that's the Creative Cloud. That's how they run it now. You can't really just buy the application, but Premiere Pro is really good, and it's future proof in the sense that it's the standard. Most people that edit professionally are using Premiere Pro. It used to be Final Cut. That used to be the editing software that everyone used. Now people have moved over to Adobe Premiere Pro, and so that's what's pretty much the standard now. So yeah. Just let me know if you have any questions, Braveheart. You can let me know offline if you want to talk a little bit about what you should get as far as camera equipment and stuff. But you can get some pretty reasonable stuff. And that brings me to another topic that I wanted to talk about. I will be starting a new channel, and I'll announce it once I have it going. But that new channel is going to talk about the camera equipment and about more YouTube-related stuff. So how to create better videos, or how to create videos for YouTube, and the equipment that you need to do that. So that's what my next channel is going to be, or my other channel is going to be. And once I launch it, then I'll talk. I don't want to talk too much about camera equipment on this channel, because we talk more about the travel stuff, and I want to kind of be able to continue talking about that, and keep my viewers that are interested in the travel stuff and not interested in the camera stuff here. So I will have another channel, and that's all I'm going to talk about. It's just going to be camera-related stuff. So just letting you guys know that. And once I do announce it, then I'll put it out on here, and then you guys can jump over there and subscribe to that channel, and we'll talk about camera stuff. And you guys, I'll teach you how to make little sets and all that stuff that I make here. All right. Let's see. Just dropping in, bro. Adrian, what's going on, buddy? Keep up the quality work. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. They also added Box.com, the Amex Gold dining credit. Box.com. Boxed.com. I didn't know about that one. Where is that on here? Oh, God. We're going to go through this whole website stuff again. Yeah, I didn't see the Box.com on here. And just let me know where that is, and then we can take a look at it. But yeah, I didn't see that in the announcement. I didn't. Okay, and but I don't want to keep just like posting all these different Facebook links, and plus the Facebook link that I post in the chat. I mean, in the live stream. If people aren't watching the chat, then they're not going to see it later on. So that's another thing that the reason why I'm just going to start putting it in the comment section so you guys can check it out there. I also have other videos in the description. So if you are interested in knowing more about a certain credit card, just go down there. I have some recommended videos that you can click on that you'll find some different information, and they're not live streams, so that it's more quick reviews of cards and things like that. Okay, so talking to Stefan there. Let's see. Yeah, all right. Let's move on down here. Any questions specifically for me? Just put at TEC. Both in one credit card. With the lower annual fee, it makes it harder to justify $550 and $250. Let's see. With the Sapphire Reserve and the Citi Prestige having dining and travel both in one card, with a lower annual fee, it makes it hard to justify $550 and $250. Okay, and that makes sense, Shamrock. The only thing that I would say, yeah, so you have it all in one card. I get it. So you're getting 3 times points at restaurants, 3 times points on travel with that Chase Sapphire Reserve, and then the Prestige has a 5 points for every dollar spent on restaurants. And then what do they have for travel? I think is it 4 times points or 3 times points for travel. So you do have an all-in-one card, and the annual fee on that card is it's now what's it $495 for the Citi Prestige, and then $450 for the Chase Sapphire Reserve. But I would pay, because this is what I've gotten to, or this is the way I think about cards now with the annual fees. As long as I can get that value every year, and I mean, obviously you're gonna come up against a ceiling at some point where you let's say you have all the top tier cards and they're $450, $495, $550. At some point, you're going to reach a point where it's like, I don't spend this much in travel every year, so it doesn't make sense for me to have all these cards. But right now, I can get a few top tier cards and really justify it, because every year I think, yeah, I spend $1,000 in travel. So if I can get credits and I'm able to work the points out to where it makes sense every year, then yeah, it makes sense to. I don't really worry about those annual fees, but I get what you're saying. Yes, Amex Platinum, and maybe that's smart in their part. Let's not even say maybe. It's smart on their part that they kind of split these cards up and they have them playing off each other, because now you get both cards and they get a little bit more money out of you in the long run. But that's a smart thing. But if Chase were to do that and they really wanted to compete, then they need to raise those. They keep one card. If you don't want to do anything with the Chase Sapphire Preferred, keep that one Chase Sapphire Reserve. That's fine. But give us more benefits. So give us benefits that are comparable to the 2 cards that Amex has that they're working together with. So that's what I think needs to happen if they were to do that, just to keep that one card. Don't do anything with the Chase Sapphire Preferred. Keep the Chase Sapphire Reserve. Okay, we're going to bump up the 4 times points at restaurants, 4 times points on travel, or something like that, just to make it more, make it compete better with these other 2 cards. So, like I said, I'm even saying raise that annual fee. Raise the annual fee on the Chase Sapphire Reserve to $550. Give us benefits, or raise the earn possibility on those categories, and I think some people would probably be like, yeah, you know what? It makes sense. I just want one card. I don't need two. I don't need the Amex Gold and the Amex Platinum. Just let me have the Chase Sapphire Reserve because I can get comparable benefits. Okay. Life for business. What's going on? Plus Chase UR points are worth more. Yes, they are worth more, but it depends on how you're using them. So, and they're not worth much more. Okay, it's very close when it comes to the point breakdown, according to TPG. So, the way that I look at that is, yes, they have different transfer partners. So you might like flying with different airlines. You might not want to fly with United or United's partners, so you don't really want Chase or need Chase or think that Chase is good when it comes to that. So yeah, the points might be worth more, but not much. I mean, it's very minimal. I can't remember the exact. I'd have to pull it up, but yeah, it's very minimal as far as the difference in points. So that is not at this point. That's not going to push a lot of people away from American Express. They're still going to get those points because it's not that big of a change or a difference. I hate when people say Amex 4 points is more than Chase 3 points. Laugh out loud. It isn't. You're using their portals, especially if you have reserve. Okay, so and then just understand it's not just portals too. Life for business. So it's you can transfer directly to your transfer partners. Okay, so you don't have to just go through portals with the reserve or with the Amex system, Amex ecosystem. So in the past, I would have said, yes, Chase Sapphire Reserve, 3 times points, is more powerful than the Amex Gold 4 times points because it was U.S. only. And overall, like the big scheme of things, well, we won't even talk about grocery stores because grocery stores, they went out. American Express wins out when it comes to grocery stores. There's no doubt about that. But when it comes to restaurants, if you look at just restaurants, I'm just looking at restaurants now. So and this is in the past, but now it's changed. So in the past, when I looked at it, okay, 4 times points at U.S. restaurants with the Amex Gold, and then the Chase Sapphire Reserve, you're getting 3 times points worldwide. Well, yeah, the Chase Sapphire Reserve at that point for restaurants only would be a stronger card. However, now that they've gone worldwide, you can't make that same argument. And now you're looking at, yeah, the American Express Gold is it's stronger. The only drawback would be the fact that you might go to some places in other countries where you might not be able to use your Amex Gold. So that's the only real drawback that I see. Okay, I can understand your position. Obviously, the cards we get for ourselves are subjective. I just value my MR points more than UR points, and I can accumulate points easier with Amex. So that's Stefan saying that. And yeah, and I agree with you, Stefan, when it comes to it's subjective when it comes to these credit cards and which one's the best credit card, which one's not. There are a lot of different factors. Who do you fly with? What partners do you like using? Do you like the customer service with Amex over the customer service with Chase? All that stuff makes a huge difference. Do you like the fact that Chase has better travel insurance and things like that? So there are other factors that come into play. It's not just, I get more points here, so it's a better card. You have to look at some other factors. But being said, if you do have 2 cards and they're comparable when it comes to the earn possibility, and they're comparable all with most of the different categories as well as the customer service and everything, then you go to. I mean, if you have the Amex Gold and get this too, I'm talking about the Amex Gold, comparing it to the Chase Sapphire Reserve, which is pretty ridiculous because the Chase Sapphire Reserve is a top tier card. The Amex Gold is not a top tier card. So the mere fact that I'm comparing the two should tell you something about the Amex ecosystem. It's a pretty strong ecosystem because they have cards that are, that would be like me comparing. I mean, really, it's amazing to think that then you have a card, the Amex Platinum, which is above that card, and that's the card that should be competing directly with the Chase Sapphire Reserve. But looking at it now, like you have Amex Gold has some really good stuff going on when it comes to comparing the two, the Amex Gold and the Chase Sapphire Reserve. I mean, it's at a point where you can compare them. There's some cards you can't. You just can't compare the two cards together because one card is so far more advanced or just offers so much more that you can't compare the two. But I think the Amex Gold, you could compare that card to the Chase Sapphire Reserve, with the exception of the lounge access and the travel insurance. I think, I mean, you get the credit. I get it. You get the $300 travel credit with the Chase Sapphire Reserve, but you're paying for that. You are putting $450 down every year, and then you get that $300 back. So it's it's shifting of the money basically. It's not like I'm getting this real big perk because you're paying into that perk. But all I care about is if I can get that back. If I can get it back, then I'm good. But it's not something in addition to. Okay. Shamrock, even more so that the Platinum nor Gold offers any kind of travel protection, and that's for $800. Okay, Sam, we did talk about that. So the travel insurance is better with the Chase ecosystem. Okay, Life for Business. Okay, let's see. Lionel, what's going on, buddy? All right, let's move on down. Okay, I have a lot of stuff in here. Okay. Let's move on down. Sugar Skull, thank you for the super chat, man. I appreciate that. Let's see. Does 2 free guests work with internationally? The 2 free guests. What are you asking those, Sugar Skull, when it comes to 2 free guests? Is that for priority pass? Well, I don't know what you're asking. So if you can elaborate that would be great. But thank you for the super chat. I appreciate that. All right, let's see. And I just moved down, so we're going to come back up here. Okay. Any questions specifically for me? I'll go over those right now. Just put at TEC. Let me know when you're going on your next adventure. I wouldn't mind tagging along. I need to do a mileage run. All right, Braveheart. And I planned a trip to Colombia. I was planning a trip to Colombia in August. It looks like I'm going to postpone that, so I'm going to push that up into October. So because some of the guys aren't going to be able to go in August, so I want to make sure I go with I belong to a WhatsApp group, so I want to go with some of those guys. So we're going to push it off until October, and we'll go then. And plus, it'll give me a little bit more time in between, because I'm going to Hawaii in a couple weeks, and then it'll give me a little bit of time before I go back to Colombia, because I'd like to go for a longer period. Initially, I was going to go for about 10 days, and if I wait until October, I could probably go for a little bit longer. So that's kind of something I'm thinking about. Let's see. But yeah, Braveheart, I will keep you in the loop there, buddy. Benedict, what's going on, buddy? Hi, David. What do you think about my situation? I have earned 80,000 points so far, including 50,000 bonus. Let's see. Am I earning enough to rationalize the annual fee? So you're saying, let's see, take a situation. What card do you have again? Did I miss that? I have earned 80,000 points so far, including 50,000 bonus. Yeah, I need to know what card you have. Because I don't look at the bonus as, when it comes down to, am I getting my every year, like, I don't look at that annual fee. I don't look at the bonus and say, okay, well, I can just take from the bonus and I can keep. Like, let me give you an example. Let's say you get a card that's a $95 annual fee, and you get a sign-up bonus. It's 50,000 points. So the bare minimum equivalency of $500. So I don't say, okay, you know what? The next 5 years is pretty much, they've already paid for it. I get credit for that. I don't look at it that way. I want to get that $500 sign-up bonus. So the 5,000 or 50,000 points, I want to get that sign-up bonus and then still be able to earn every year $95 worth of a benefit to keep the card. That's what I want to do. So I don't look at the sign-up bonus at all. The sign-up bonus is in addition to. The sign-up bonus is my perk for signing my name on the dotted line. That's what that $500 is, or the 50,000 points. And then in addition to that, every year am I going to be able to earn that $95? That's what I'm interested in knowing. So I don't look at the sign-up bonus at all. Now, and I also want to look at the benefits, focus on the benefits more than the earn. And when I say that, what I mean is the benefits that card gets you or gives you, that's what I'm looking at. When I say benefits, I mean like let's say the global entry credit. So that's a benefit. Or you get like credits, like the airline credit, travel credit, dining credit. Those are the things that I'm looking for. I'm trying to justify, okay, yes, this is worth $95 to me. And then all that earn that I'm getting, that's in addition as well. Because I don't want to, I want to have a card that if I don't use the card that much, I'm still getting that and I'm using $95, but any amount, I'm still getting that $95 benefit. The easiest one to explain to you would be like a hotel branded card. Let's say you get the World of Hyatt card. The World of Hyatt card is going to give you one free night every year, right? So you get one free night every year. I can legitimately say that $95 or that $95 annual fee kind of balances out because I get that free night. Because I can go stay anywhere in the U.S. and it's probably going to be around $80 $90. You don't really see tickets that are you don't see hotel stays in the U.S. for the most part that are less than that. So I know if I manage it right, I have that free night, I use that free night every year, I'm getting that $95. In addition to that $95 annual fee, with the earn possibility, I'm adding some extra benefits, but I don't count those. I want to get it with just the benefits of what they offer for that year. And I hope that makes sense. Like I want to get a card that has great earn possibility, yes, because I want to be able to use a card over time and continue earning points. But I'm looking at the little perks that they give you with the card. That's what's really keeping me in that ecosystem or keeping me with that card. Okay, so yeah, and just let me know. Like I said, let me know what card that you have, and that way I can kind of figure that out. All right, Andre, what's going on? Love crossing borders. That was a joke, right? What happened? What did I miss? Let's see. What's your opinion on spending $800 for the Amex Gold plus Platinum when you lose a little on earning from Prestige and Sapphire Reserve, but you're not spending $800 for the combo either? Okay, and then look at it this way too. You have to look at everything when it comes to this. Is Shamrock saying this, and I'll get back to Andre. I don't know what I missed, but I'll come back to that. So let's look at the both cards, okay? So the Amex Platinum and the Amex Gold, that's an ecosystem thing, okay? And I get what you're saying. You can just get one card. You can have just that Chase Sapphire Reserve, but you're not going to be earning half as much as you're going to earn with these two cards in that same membership rewards program. So the membership rewards program, the ultimate rewards program, you're going to be earning a lot more with the Amex Gold and Amex Platinum in that ecosystem. When you compare it to the Chase Sapphire Reserve. Now, I can complement my Chase Sapphire Reserve with the unlimited cards, the Freedom Unlimited, the Freedom The Freedom Card as a whole, you have the different rotating categories, so you can justify that. That does make sense. But when you look at the Amex Gold and the Amex Platinum, that is a solid. That tandem is stronger than any tandem that's out there right now. And all I'm saying is Chase needs to have a tandem. That this whole trifecta thing is great, and you get the. Chase needs to have a strong two tandem, like a 2-card tandem. You're not doing anything with the Chase Sapphire Preferred. Do something with that card. Improve it, up the annual fee, give it some more benefits that are different than the benefits that the Chase Sapphire Reserve gives you. And I think that would really help them out. But yeah, just looking at, I get it. Yes, who wants to pay the $800 for 2 cards? And then you also need to look, what can you get out of it? Are you able to get that money, that $800? Are you able to get that every year? Because if you're able to get that every year, the money doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. If I spend $800 for travel every year and I can get the benefits out of that card every year, not counting the sign-up bonus, but get the benefits out of each card, both cards, then it doesn't make any difference how many cards I have. I'm getting the benefits out of those cards, so I'm not paying anything out of pocket because I'm able to utilize the benefits and get something back. The other thing that I look at too is if you get 1 card, and I am talking about sign-up bonuses, but you get 1 card, you get a sign-up bonus. Right now, Chase Sapphire Reserve, you're going to get 50,000 points. Whereas you get 2 cards, yes, you're going to have to pay more in the annual fee. Hopefully you can work that out with the benefits that the card provides you. But just signing up for those 2 cards, let's just say the Amex Gold, you only get 35,000, and then with the Amex Platinum, you get 50,000. So now you're getting 85,000 points compared to 50,000 points just right out of the gate, right? So that's good, but you can even get better. You can get 50,000, just like I showed you, 50,000 for the gold. I've seen the Amex Platinum for 100,000. So we're talking you could potentially get 150,000 points for sign-up bonus with those cards. So just different things to think about. But yeah, I'm kind of, Shamrock, when I look at it, I'm kind of like, it's worth it. Like, I think it's still worth it to go with that Amex Platinum and the Amex Gold. If I were looking, I'm looking at cards now because I already have the Chase Sapphire Reserve. So if I'm looking at getting anything else, I'm definitely going to go with the Amex Gold and the Amex Platinum. But yeah, I don't know. Like I'm more, I get it when it comes to Amex Gold, Amex Platinum. It works. I think it's a good setup. I think some people might just think, I just want 1 card. Just give me the Chase Sapphire Reserve. I'm good. And I'll just use that card. Or just give me the Citi Prestige card and I'm good. I'll just use that card. But in the long run, for earn possibility with the cards, if I can earn more with the Amex Platinum and Amex Gold, using them together, getting the benefits that they provide. And you have to understand, these cards aren't providing the same benefits. So the Amex Gold and the Amex Platinum are providing you some different benefits that you're not going to get with Chase Sapphire Reserve. You're going to get a Centurion Lounge access, and you're going to be able to really earn a lot of points at grocery stores, which you can't do with the Chase Sapphire Reserve. Okay, so I don't know what's going on here. So Andre and Andrea, they have a YouTube channel, Love Crossing Borders, and I talk about their channel. Anytime they come on, I want to give them a little plug because I think they have a really good channel going. But you guys should check their channel out. You can type this in the link. I'm not able to put a link right now, but if they're still in here, you could post a link and I'll open it up so everyone can see it. But if not, then just type in Andrea Love Crossing Borders and you'll be able to find their channel. And they talk about an interracial international relationship. So this gentleman's from the U.S. He's a friend of mine. He's living in Colombia, and he's in Cali, Colombia. He's living with his girlfriend out there, and they just talk about their experience living in another country, or he talks about his experience living in a different country, living in a different culture, and just just life in Cali, Colombia. So it's a real good channel. So definitely check them out. Okay. And let's see. Camera lover, Gold Card is my daily driver. I prefer the regular gold over the rose. Feel more bougie. Yeah, it's funny. Oh, let's see. David, now how can you say U.S. isn't number one? Andre. All right, I don't know what you guys are talking about. I missed all that. I'm just going to leave it alone. Okay, yeah, I did miss a few things. Okay, I see how it started. All right, I'm not going to touch that. You guys can hash that out. I guess I missed a few questions here. Let me go back up here. Okay, well, I missed a lot. Okay, just so you know, sometimes my chat just drops all the way to the bottom for whatever reason, and so then I try to work my way back up, and then I miss some stuff. So let me go back because it looks like I missed a lot. Let's see. All right, yeah. So I know we were there. All right, we'll move down here. Is anyone else had any issues with the Amex not coding restaurants as 4 times points on the gold? I see. I don't have the card, so I can't speak on that. All right, let's move down. So the Braveheart says Amex or Chase. They are both great point systems. Peter and Paul won't have the same luck. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I love Chase. I have that ecosystem. I'm happy with it. But I have to call it as I see it. And right now, Chase is not making any moves. So it really helps. It's helping American Express at this point because they make these but they make some changes. And then Chase doesn't make any changes. So they just keep creeping up. Okay. Okay, and so Lionel's saying it's next to impossible to find businesses to take Amex in Bangkok. Good to know. That's good to know. And that has always been something that people will put out there, the fact that it's not accepted all over the world, and you might have some issues in other countries when you use American Express cards. I don't have any American Express cards, so I don't even, when I go places, every place accepts Visa, so I'm not even looking for the American Express symbol or anything like that. So that is, that obviously can be a huge issue. If you go to Thailand or something like that, you're not able to use your card, that could be a big deal. Now, the way that we do things, most of them, probably everyone in this chat has more than one travel card. So that's when you have to start using different travel cards for situations like that. Okay, so Stefan is just talking about the travel portals, and so he's talking directly at Life for Business. Okay, so we'll just leave it at that. But yeah, and that's the thing. So you have two different avenues, right? You have the travel portals, and then you also have the transfer partners. So you might look at the travel portal with Amex and say, "Oh, it's not a strong it's not a strong portal." And then you look at the Chase Sapphire or the Chase travel portal and say, "Well, that's a stronger portal," or whatever. You can say back and forth, but the transfer partners, that's where you're going to get the most bang for your buck, and that's where you're going to look at, okay, well, I like this partner, but I don't like this partner. So that's where the cards, you might think, oh, this card's perfect for me, but it might not be perfect for someone else who doesn't like to fly on United or doesn't like to fly on some of the partners that are offered with the different banks. Okay. Okay, and then Stefan saying that he believes the transfer partners are the best way to use points. I would agree with you. I think they are. Now, what I've started doing, because I had this experience. I didn't book anything, thank God, but I was looking at flying to Colombia in August. I was planning out my trip. I looked on the travel portal, the transfer partners first, and I was looking through United. I was going to fly on Copa Airlines, and it was a ridiculous amount of points. They were obviously low on seats, and so the points just shot up to like 50,000 points each way. That's economy, when normally it's like 20,000 points for an economy seat each way. So I went on to the travel portal just to see. Went on the travel portal. Guess what? It was cheaper. 27 or 28,000 points, a round trip economy seat. Not on the same plane. It was on Aeromexico. And so I had a stopover a layover in Mexico City, and then I'd fly into Colombia. But that just goes to show you it's not always better. And when it comes to economy seats, you can find deals that are comparable within the travel portal. But if you want to fly business class, which I like to fly business class or first class, then if you do the transfer partners, that's where you're gonna really make out good, and that's how you really get that value where people say, "Oh, I got 3 points per dollar, or 3 points per cent, or something like that." I got a much better deal than I would have gotten if I went through the travel portal. All right, let's look. Okay, World Walker, what's going on, buddy? Rose gold, oh my god. Yeah, what do you guys think about that? Like the rose gold, should they have changed the color? Should they kept it rose gold? I'm interested to know. Like I had my little spiel earlier where I just talked about it, and I just wanted to know what you guys think about it. And maybe you guys have already said something I haven't gotten down there yet, which I'm working my way down. Spirit fan, yeah. Rose Gold Spirit Airlines credit card next. Yeah, right. It's World of Walker or World Walker. Daniel, what's going on, buddy? Hey Dave, I'm back in the States, sadly. Okay, so this is when it started. You guys going back and forth about that. Man, let's see. What's that about coming back to the greatest country on earth? All right. It's subjective, right? Greatest country on earth, it's still subjective. Doesn't mean you don't like your country if you choose to live somewhere else or if you choose to travel somewhere else. It just means that you like going other places. Like, I'm the type of person, I'm going to tell you, when I retire, which will be shortly, like in 4 years, I'm going to travel. And if I find a destination that I really like and the money's good, and since that, cost of living and everything, just like Colombia, cost of living is really good, I'll probably settle down there. I'll be an expat. That doesn't mean I don't like the U.S. and appreciate what the U.S. has provided. It just means that I'm living my life somewhere else and enjoying my life. It doesn't. You can be an American and enjoy your life in another country is basically what I'm saying, and that doesn't mean that you don't like the country that you live in. That's just like saying if I grew up in a city and I love my city, I can't leave that city and go to another city and live in that city. Does that mean that what's the word? I hate the city that I grew up in? No, it just means that I'm moving on. I'm moving to some other places because there might be something that I like there. I might have gone to another country, fallen in love with someone, and I stay out there. It happens, right? So, yeah, that's the way that I look at that. Anyway, I don't want to get into all that whole thing, even though I did. Let's see. The mistake is bringing the rose gold back. It is, or that it was supposed to be limited. Yeah. So I agree with you, Shamrock. If they try to market another limited edition, then we won't rush. Yeah, I agree. a rush to come. I agree, Shamrock, and that's what I was trying to say. I think it was a mistake to bring the rose gold back. They should have made another limited edition color and have that go for another couple months. And like I said, you could do this. You can do this forever. And you just keep changing the colors, and then people realize. Then they'll know. Okay, oh, you got in with the rose gold limited edition. That's cool. And then you got in with the limited edition whatever color, purple or some crazy color. So I think that's what they should have done. But and I know, like I even mentioned, I thought it would never come back because the way that they said it is limited edition. Once it's gone, it's gone. So I thought it wasn't going to come back, but I did mention in a couple of my videos that, if they just brought back that rose gold, I would jump on the card in a minute. But not really thinking like they'd bring it back. I was thinking, I don't know. I didn't think that they would bring it back. But another limited edition card, another color I think would have been a smarter move. White gold. So T saying they should have come out with a white gold version. I guess so. You know what? White gold, or I don't know. It just sounds weird, but like something that's like kind of the Apple card. That Apple card was pretty. I mean, I haven't seen it in person, but the pictures that I saw, it looked pretty neat. So have something like that. Just kind of put something out there like that. I understand you can't request the rose gold through the website. It's only available through referral link. Credit Shifu. Ooh, excuse me. So credit. Wow. Sorry about that. That's a live stream for you. Damn, got something in my throat. All right. So he's saying that Credit Shifu has a video on it. Okay, so you can only get it through a link, which is, I guess that's good. That way it's not just out there like it used to be. It was very easy to get before. Now it looks like it's going to be a little bit harder to get. But, they should have offered a different color. Okay. Hey, where is my mouse here? Okay, TEC, you have to mention 3 times on airlines as well. Yeah, TEC, so TC just mentioned about the 3 times. I just wanted to talk about the new changes. 3 points for every dollar spent on airline. That's okay, that's good in the sense that it does compete with the Chase Sapphire Reserve, but having that tandem with the Amex Platinum, you're going to get 5 times points with the Amex Platinum. But that is one of those things. Like I said, you start comparing these two cards, which aren't on the same level, but you can compare them, right? The Chase Sapphire Reserve and the Amex Gold. Chase needs to do something. That's all I'm going to say. Because it shouldn't be that way. I shouldn't be comparing a card that's a $250 annual fee card that's not a top-tier card to a card that's a top-tier card from another bank. Okay. I lost my place. Okay, let me see. There was a question I just saw and I just lost it. Okay. We looked at that one. Okay, so Lionel said, when will the Platinum see some love? I don't know. I think they're doing fine. I mean, they did, and you saw how Amex did this too, and I think this was kind of brilliant because they put out a bad story, and then put out a good story right after that bad story. So now we've all forgotten about the fact that the Amex Platinum will be, or not just the Amex Platinum, but the Amex kind of ecosystem when it comes to cards that have Priority Pass, they will be doing away with that whole restaurant credit. We forget about that now, and now we're talking about this whole, oh, wow, the 4 times points worldwide at restaurants. So pretty smart how they did that. Put out the bad news first, and then follow that up with some good news, and now we've forgotten about the bad news, right? Yeah, it's pretty good. Because they could have done it the other way, and then we would have still been talking about the bad news, right? So they could have made the change with the restaurants and everything, and then put out the bad news, and we would have been still talking about the bad news. So yeah, pretty smart. And let's see, and American Express, they've been in this for a long time, so they know what they're doing when it comes to these cards and how to work things out and press releases and all that stuff. So. They have that down. All right. Okay. Okay. All right. What's going on, Rolo? Let's see. Get the Mileage Plus X app. I purchased, $20 Chili gift e-card, which I got 8 miles per dollar. Okay, cool. United Plus 25% bonus since I have the United card. Did I download that app? I was gonna download. I don't think I did download it, but I did hear about that. The Mileage Plus app. So TEC or Rolo's just saying that you can get this Mileage Plus app, and then you get like additional points if you use. I don't know exactly how it works, so maybe I'll do a video on it. But yeah, that's something that I was going to look into before, but I definitely should be looking into that to really maximize my points when I'm using that app. Okay. Shamrock, this has nothing to do with churning. I didn't see what he said about churning. But if it's, let's see, David, true churners don't spend more to get what you can. Wait. True churners don't spend more to get what can be had for less, right? Or am I wrong in my thinking? Yeah, and Shamrock, yeah, just so you know, I don't do churning. I don't even talk about churning on this channel. The main reason is I'm looking long term, so I'm getting these cards. I'm very conservative in the cards that I get, so I'm not one of those people that jump out there and tell you, oh, I have 30 different travel credit cards. I'm not that person. I want to get cards that I can use over a long period of time, and that every year I get value out of those cards, so it makes sense to keep the card and earn with those cards and use it for travel. So the way that I look at this whole churning game, it's coming to an end, and they're really cracking down on them now. So it's hard. It's hard for me to look at that and say, yes, that's sustainable. It's just not. It's going to come to a point where people aren't going to be able to churn anymore because banks hate it. Let's face it, and they're the ones that are giving us these credit cards and giving us the benefits. So they kind of in one aspect they make the rules when it comes to that. When I say in one aspect, because as consumers we can push back and say, no, we want this, we want that, we want this. But they don't have to allow us to get the cards, right? So once they allow us to get the cards, then we can kind of tell them what we want. But if you can't get the card, you can't even really tell them what you want. So I think churning is, that's not for me. That's not what this channel is about. I think you want to make sure you, first off, use credit cards responsibly, and you do it on the up and up. And a lot of the churners, they have these different little things that they're doing, manufacturer spending and all that the banks, they're catching on to it. And if they do catch on to it, they can always freeze your account. They can always take your points away. So in the long run, it's really not worth it. That's just the way that I look at it. So maybe that's where we differ, Shamrock, when it comes to some of the things that you posted about the different cards and getting 2 cards instead of 1 and all that. But yeah, when I look at it, churning is not something that I do or condone. I really don't. I think it hurts us as a whole when people are churning cards, because ultimately, the way that I see it, let's say you get a bunch of cards and you're not using those cards, you just get the sign up bonus, and you take off and you use those points, and then you get another card, and you just keep doing that. Well, you're hurting everyone else who does get the card and want to use it long term, because now the banks are dealing with people who are churning the cards and not using the cards, so they're not getting anything in return. And even if, like, I always advise people, pay it off every month, right? But that's not the only thing, because if you have their card and you're using their card, they're making money on the merchant fees. Okay, so they're still getting money, even though you're paying your credit card out. It's not just interest that they make money on. They also make money on the fact that you're using the card. The merchants will be paying a fee for that, which in essence they pass on to the consumer, but you get what I'm saying. Like, they're making money in other aspects. But if you have a churner that just gets the card, he hits the sign-up bonus, uses that sign-up bonus, and then doesn't do anything with the card, downgrades the card, whatever, but doesn't use the card anymore, well, then the banks are they're making money off the fact that you're using the card, but they're not making money on these other people. So I think as a whole, that kind of hurts everyone, because now they're going to give less benefits because they have people who are really like the tiered bonus. And I talked about this last week, the whole tiered bonus thing. That's coming directly from churners. The 524 rule, that's coming from churners. So you have people that churn, and now we all have to kind of, we all lose out because of that, because people are just doing things like that. So I don't know. I don't want to go too much into that, but that's how I feel about the whole churning thing. Let's see. In your opinion, how does the gold outweigh the Sapphire Reserve or the Prestige when the gold nor platinum offer travel protection, which is huge? Well, I'm looking at earn possibility, okay, with the cards and being able to travel. Now, travel insurance is great. I get it. Travel insurance is not something that how can I say this? If you want real travel insurance, then you should get real travel insurance. Now, I'm not taking anything away from the Chase travel insurance, because I've used it before and I think it's good. But if you're really concerned with that, there are other ways that you can get insurance when you travel, medical insurance and things like that as well. So I look at earn possibility, something that's going to get me to these different locations. Sure, it's good to have travel insurance, but the points that you can earn with the Amex Gold, just because okay, let's just look at it this way, because and I always put that out there. I always tell people, okay, yeah, these cards are pretty comparable, but this card has better travel insurance, and I said that even in this live stream. However, when you just look at the points, just look at the point breakdown, and like I said, each card, it's subjective. So a card might be perfect for you, but it might not be great for other people. So it doesn't necessarily mean just because, like, how can I say this? Just because you're saying, oh, well, this card's better than this card, and I think we get too much into that. Like, oh, this is a better card. This is a better card. When certain cards might work for you. And I think the Amex Gold works for some people better than that Chase Sapphire Reserve. And like I said, they're on 2 different tiers. And so that's something to think about. And then you also need to think about just travel too. Like, not everyone travels outside of the country. Some people travel within the U.S. only. And I made this argument before when the American Express Gold was out there and they didn't have the restaurant outside of the U.S. It wasn't worldwide. It was just in the U.S. Some people only travel within the U.S. So some people, although travel protection, travel insurance is a great thing to have, some people might not really benefit from that if they're in the U.S. and they don't really see that as a need because they're not traveling anywhere that's really far. If they get injured, they have medical insurance already, so they don't have to tie that in. Losing their bags and things like that, that's a whole thing that's not that. Like if I'm only traveling, I do a lot of trips, but they're short trips. Well, for the most part, I'm not really going to be inconvenienced that much if I lose my bags. And if I prepare myself, like the way I travel now, the losing my luggage is most of my trips. Losing luggage is not going to happen in that sense where it's going to be left on on a plane and then I have to wait to get it because I do my carry on. So carry on personal item. That's the way that I usually go about that. But I will agree, Chase Sapphire Reserve has some other added benefits. The $2,500 medical credit, I think that's excellent because I will be honest with you, when I travel, I don't like I have insurance out here in the U.S., but when I travel, I don't get like travel insurance, medical insurance. So that's something that is definitely a benefit. The evacuation, the fact that you can I don't think they give you like a credit for that, but they can set up something where you can be evacuated out of a country. Let's say if there's civil unrest or something like that. So those are some other benefits. Don't get me wrong. All cards are going to have some cards are going to have some different little perks, but just looking at face value, looking at the earn possibility, I like that Amex Gold just as much as I like the Chase Sapphire Reserve. And that's why I say, in the big scheme of things, it shouldn't be that way. I shouldn't be looking at a top tier card and a card that's mid tier or not a top tier card and comparing the two, because you can't argue. Shamrock, you can argue. You can look at the two cards. You can't tell me that the Chase Sapphire Reserve, and this is my opinion, and I shouldn't say you can't tell me. In my opinion, and what works for me when I look at both cards, I can't see that Chase Sapphire Reserve being a much better card than the Amex Gold. I just don't see it. I see it being a better card that works better for me, but they're pretty close. At this point, they're pretty close. Okay, so Pac-Man, what's going on? Pac-Man Gaming. You're saying, what do you think about the venture card? Never seen it as a good card. I don't have a venture card. I do like some of the little perks that the venture card offers. The biggest perk is the fact that you can get global entry. So you can get that credit. It's a $100 credit. You get the card. It's a $95 annual fee. They waive that annual fee for the first year. This is one of the only cards that I think is the only card that's out there that will waive that $95 annual fee, give you that global entry credit so you can get global entry, and then you get to test the card out for the year. They now have transfer partners, so that's something that you can look into. And you get 2 points for every dollar spent on everything. So the card is fine. I'm not really a fan of the transfer partners. They're just starting out, so they need to work out some things, I think, when it comes to that. But yeah, it's definitely not a bad card. But it just doesn't get the same play because Capital One, they're kind of unique in what they're doing. They do a lot of advertising on TV. Whereas the other cards, American Express, they do some. Chase does some, but like the venture card, the Capital One, they're all over. In the past, they've been all over the TV. But I think they had to be because they didn't really offer you much when it came to they didn't offer you anything when it came to transfer partners or anything like that. So now that they have the transfer partners and stuff like that, the cards are okay. And that venture card is definitely one. If you do have a Capital One card, the venture card is probably the one that you want to have at this point. Okay. Okay, so Sugar saying, how does the free guest work with Chase Sapphire Reserve? I've never even gone in with the guests. I've always gone by myself. Um, we'll see if anyone else has had that experience with the guests, because I haven't. I haven't had anyone sign up. I know you can sign up more than, I think it was two people or something like that. But I've never done that before. I'm always usually actually no, I take that back. I did sign in a friend, so I signed in one. Um, but I haven't. I don't know the max amount. Okay, so Jason's asking about the Discover Miles card. Uh, don't have that card. Not really a big fan of Discover. I'm really not. I have one Discover card that just I had that way back. It's not a travel card. It's just like something I had way back when that was like one of the first cards that I ever got. So I still have it, but I don't use it. And yeah, I'm not. I like to focus on cards that have a nice setup when it comes to the transfer partners. So the Chase ecosystem, American Express ecosystem, Citi ecosystem. Those are the ones that I really focus on. Then you have Capital One, like we just talked about, but I think their ecosystem right now, they need to kind of not their ecosystem, their transfer partners. They need to kind of work on those a little bit before they become like a viable challenger to the top three. So that's what I look for. What happens, and this happened to me where I got a credit card, and this was probably about 6 years ago. I bank with Wells Fargo. I got one of their credit rewards credit cards, because that's what you hear, right? Oh, you need to get a rewards credit card. So I get this rewards credit card, but it doesn't give me any real perks. And it's not even the Propel card. It's the other cards that they have. One of the other cards they have. No, zero annual fee, all that. But you're not getting any real benefit on that card. You're pretty much, it's a cashback card. That's all it is. So if I want to use it for travel, it's not really something that's a good card for travel, because I can just cash back or do cash back and use that for my travel. Whereas I would much prefer having the transfer partners and everything in place. So that's one of the reasons I don't look at Discover, because of the fact that you can't transfer those points anywhere. You're pretty much just doing like a cashback option. Okay. Thanks for the good content. Okay, Jason, thank you. I appreciate that. Braveheart. You have to sign up on the Priority Pass website to get the card. Oh wait, was that what you're asking? How does a free to guest work with the Priority Pass? Yeah, and Braveheart saying you do have to sign up to get the card, and you do. Like once you get your Chase Sapphire Reserve, you're gonna have to sign up in order to get that Priority Pass card sent to you. So it's not like an automatic thing, or you can't just take your Chase Sapphire Reserve card into a Priority Pass and say, "Hey, I have a Chase Sapphire Reserve. I want access to your Priority Pass." You have to go through this step, so it does take a little bit of time. So you need to plan ahead too if you have a trip coming up. Okay, David in the tone of friendly chatter. What is your opinion against the Sapphire Reserve or the Prestige when comparing the Gold plus Platinum? Again, just opinion, not picking this. So you're asking David. Are you asking David or are you asking me? Let's see. David learning asking better to balance thoughts, opinions, and travel cards. Let's include yourself. Okay, so I don't know if you're asking me, David, but there's another David in the room. That's why I say that. If you guys have a question specifically for me, just put at TEC. But I will. Let's see. All right, let's see. I have 4 cards. I'd rather have the gold and the platinum every day of the week. I will say that though. I can only have one of the 4. It would be the Citi Prestige. Okay. So I think David answered that question. and we'll move on. Benedict, what's going on, buddy? I sometimes wonder if the credit card companies will deny me because all I'm looking for are points. They're not going to deny you if all you're looking for are points because they'll give you a shot. Just don't mess it up. Like if you get a card, just make sure you pay it on time and all that. The points is that's what we all want. Like I want the sign up bonus, and I want a card that's a strong card where I can earn points throughout the year. So they're not going to turn you down for that. But if you're churning and things like that, you might run into some problems if you're doing some stuff that's like flagged. To the bank, if the bank flags some stuff, and then they might look into it, and they'll freeze your points. And then if they do an investigation, they find that you were doing something you shouldn't have been doing, then they'll just take those points away from you. Okay, Gabriel, what's going on? I don't know. My throat is all messed up today. Let's see. Camera lover, should you use both gold and platinum together to maximize rewards? I would highly advise doing that. So if you have both those cards, they really work well together. Davis, in the spirit of honesty. Okay, so let's just move on. And another thing too, Shamrock, like I will always keep, let's see all the stuff you're saying here. Spirit, honesty, reason, feeling heartburn about the Amex Platinum is because I had a flight canceled out of Nagoya, Japan, and paid with my Platinum. Worst mistake ever. No protection whatsoever. And the cities where everyone was looking for hotels for the night at the prices I thought was roof. Okay. Yeah, and another thing too, like Shamrock, I get it. The travel insurance is a big deal for you, and it should be a big deal for all of us. But one other thing you could think about too is when you make that taxes and fees, when you're paying for that or whatever you're using when you're making your payment, have another card that has transfer or travel protection. So you can use whatever points you want. So I can have, let's say I have, and this is the way that I would do it because I already have the Chase Sapphire Reserve. I'm not getting rid of that card, but let's say I move on, I get the Amex Platinum, Amex Gold. I use those cards as a tandem. I earn a lot of points with those cards. I use those points for a trip, and I transfer to the transfer partners. I book my airfare. I pay with my Chase Sapphire Reserve because it's going to give me those protections. So you don't have to use the Amex Gold or the Amex Platinum to pay your taxes and fees. You can use another card. So that's what I would do in that situation. So if I know one card is weak, just like when we're trying to earn points, if I go to a gas station and I know one card is better than the other card to use for gas, I'm going to use that better card. So just something to think about. It's the same as if I have that Chase Sapphire, that Ultimate Reward points, and I transfer them over to United. I book my United flight. I use my Chase Sapphire Reserve to pay for the taxes and fees. It's the same thing. So just something. You should definitely diversify. You should have more than just one credit card. So I'm not saying just get the Amex Gold or just get the Amex Platinum, or just only use the Amex Gold and the Amex Platinum. I'm saying have a few different cards that you can kind of use in conjunction with the other cards. Okay. All right. You guys are in here right now. Please hit the like button so we can bring some more people into the discussion. So if you haven't done so already, hit the like button for me. And we put on live streams every Saturday and every Monday, as well as I put out videos throughout the week. Generally about three to four videos I'll put out every week. So please, if you're new here, subscribe to the channel and hit the little bell icon so you can get future updates and you'll know what's going on. We also have a Facebook group, Travel Explore Click group. And that group is great because you can, what I like about it, the main thing I like about it is, well, there are a few different things. Referral links. There's referral links in there so you can check out the referral links. For some of these different, like let's say you want to get the rose golds, you can check there to see if there's a referral link for that. If you want to get some different referral links for different things. You can do that, as well as there's just a variety of information on there that talk about travel credit cards. So if you have a question, you can pose your question in the Facebook group, and as well as you can revert back to it or see some of the other questions that people have posted that might answer your question as well. So it's a great place for you to go for travel credit cards and just for travel in general. Okay. All right. Wow, I'm moving slow. I got to speed up a little bit here. So I might be going over a few things. David Shamrock, at least you for a refund airline, I'm sure. Rebooking last minute was cheap. Yeah, okay, so we were talking about that. Hey, Will, what's going on, buddy? Okay, we'll move down. Julio, what's going on, buddy? Okay, so Julio's saying that I think if rumors are true and Amex updated the green card, then we will probably see Chase come up with something. Yeah, let's all hope. Let's all hope. I wish Amex would bring travel protection to Platinum. If they do, it's a wrap for my Citi Prestige. But until that happens, I'll continue to hold on to the Prestige, if only for travel protection. Okay, and yeah, so Shamrock, if you do have that Citi Prestige, then that's the card that you should be using to pay for your taxes and fees. And that doesn't mean that you can't use a Amex ecosystem. Okay, let's see. Well, sure. They actually won't let you have both anymore. They should make a preferred and a grocery card. Yeah. And you're talking about Chase, obviously. Okay, we're going to move down here so I can get all these questions out of the way. Any questions specifically for me, just put at TEC. Okay. And if I see anything, I'll recap. I know we were talking about the difference between Citi and Chase insurance. And I don't have Citi cards. So I can't really speak on Citi's insurance or their travel protection. Okay. You guys are having a lively debate here on Citi versus Amex versus Chase. And that's good. That's good. Let's see. Auto insurance is ridiculously high. Okay. Okay. Braveheart has a question. I want to record my adventures when I travel and upload the footage, but I'll send you a message. Okay. Yeah, and like I said, when it comes to cameras, I mean, the cameras just get better and better and cheaper. It's a great thing now because you have a lot of cameras that are very, very reasonably priced. Like the camera that I'm using right now, it's a Panasonic G7, and that camera is it's like, I think it's $600 with a lens, and it's the perfect camera for like a sit down style interview. It just has really good quality, 4K, and it's very reasonably priced. Good color science. I don't want to get too technical, but it just looks good. It's a good camera to get. The only problem is it's not good for like walking around with and all that. So, and cases like that, there are other options. You can get like an Osmo Pocket, which I really like that camera. As long as you're walking around in the daytime, that camera is really good. Get some really good footage. It has a gimbal on it, so you're just pretty much walking. You don't have to worry about the footage too much. It won't be shaky and stuff like that. So if you're traveling, yeah, Osmo Pocket definitely something to consider. I'm not one of those people that likes to walk around with a big camera when I'm traveling, unless I'm out taking pictures. But I'd like to have something like for video. Yeah, I just want to have something small that I can walk around with inconspicuously. Okay, we'll move. Let's see. Brave for RTC. Still in flight training. Just not flying as much. All right, cool. That's cool. Benedict, have you been to Asia? What do you think about ANA? I've only gone to Thailand. That's the only place I've been to so far. I will be traveling more to Asia in the future. Not this year, but maybe next year. We'll put a trip in there. I try to travel every 3 to 4 months, so it just depends kind of what's on my itinerary. I do travel to Colombia a lot, so like at least 2 trips a year. So that's part of my whole travel thing. All right, Hip, what's going on, buddy? You didn't miss much. We're talking about the Amex Gold, and we're just doing Q&A here. How much do you guys all pay for annual fees for all your cards? Good question, David. I'd have to think about it. I think I have 8 cards now. But some of the cards that I got, 0 annual fee. That's another thing you can look at too. Some of the like cashback cards. I have a couple of business cards. The Chase Inc. Unlimited, that's 0 annual fee. The Chase Inc. Cash, 0 annual fee. And I think those are the 2, right? I think those are the 2 that I have right now that are 0 annual fee. And then I have $95 annual fee Chase Sapphire Preferred, Chase Sapphire Reserve, $450 annual fee. The United Explorer card, $95 annual fee. The World of Hyatt card, $95 or $99, $95, $99, somewhere around there, annual fee. And Citi Advantage card, $95 annual fee. And I think that's it. Yeah. So I didn't do the math on that, but yeah, that's pretty much the cards that I have and how much I spend. But I get that value every year, so I look forward. I look forward to taking advantage of the benefits. So it all works out. It's definitely not a bad deal. Okay. All right. All right, we'll just move on down here. Any questions or anything like that that you have directly for me, just put TEC. And then if you haven't done so already, please hit the like button so we can bring more people in. Let's see, interesting. Let's see, David. Okay, Michael S. Okay, you guys, Shamrock and David are going back and forth. Let's see, Michael, how you doing, buddy? Eduardo, what's going on? The Amex Gold is not a top tier credit card, according to who? Well, because they have the Amex Platinum, which is their top tier card. What makes a credit card top tier? If the gold card is one of the top points earners. Okay, so yeah, Eduardo, this is the way I look at it, and you can kind of see the system with the different cards and how they kind of brand themselves. But my idea of a top tier card is the top card that they have to offer. There's kind of an annual fee pay line, really, when it comes down to it. So you have like a $450, $495 $400 or $550. That's kind of your top tier. That's the best they have to offer when it comes to those cards. So that's why I call them top tier. There are other cards out there that are not like, like the Amex Gold is one of them. It's kind of in between, and you even see it with the annual fee. It's kind of in between. It's not $95. It's a little bit higher, but a top tier card usually is going to offer you some type of a lounge access. In my mind, they're going to offer you priority pass or something like that. They're going to throw in like global entry. So they're going to be pretty much the best that Amex offers at that time, not including the exclusive like the black card or whatever. But that's my idea of a top tier card, and you kind of see it in each bank. So you'll see like the Chase Sapphire Reserve. That's the top tier card. That's kind of what they give you the best benefits out of that card. Overall, okay. So, and then you have the Citi. So you have the Citi Prestige card. They give you pretty much the best benefits out of that card. So I wouldn't say that the Amex Gold is a top tier card. However, that card has a lot of benefits that are good, but it's not in the same category as those other cards. And I think it's more of a marketing thing, really. So, yeah, if you look just at the points, and we've been talking about this pretty much all night, you're looking at just the points. Yeah, that Amex Gold does have, or you're looking at the benefits of the cards. It's pretty close to the Chase Sapphire Reserve, but the Chase Sapphire Reserve still gives you some other benefits that card doesn't. And it's in a different ranking, I guess, or I don't know. I don't know how to say it. Help me out, guys, in the chat. But that's just the way I feel about like the whole way that they do it. And it's they do that purposely. I mean, that's the way it is. And that $250 annual fee, that's purposely put in there too, because now people say, okay, well, it's not like it's not a top tier card, but then again, it has a lot of good benefits, and so we can charge $250 annual fee and still, it'll still be a good kind of an all around good card for everyday spend and all that, even though it's not like the top of the line. Because if it was a top of the line card, trust me, you would have the Centurion Lounge in there, you would have Priority Pass, you would have some other stuff. Some other big perks. Okay. All right, let's move on down. Habisha, thank you for the super chat, buddy. Thank you very much. And I have the Gold, Platinum, and Chase Sapphire Preferred. Your thoughts? Okay, all good cards. Chase Sapphire Preferred is probably your weakest card. Not probably, it is your weakest card. If you're thinking about making any changes, what I would do is try to see if I can upgrade that card, the Chase Sapphire Preferred, to the Chase Sapphire Reserve. That's how I would go about that. But definitely the Gold and Platinum, those are good cards to have. The Chase Sapphire Preferred gives you, and we talked about this, it gives you some pretty good travel protection. So that's something to consider as well. But looking at what you have right now, if you can afford that annual fee and get the benefits out of the Chase Sapphire Reserve every year so you can justify that annual fee, I would upgrade to that Chase Sapphire Reserve. Or one other option. We talked about this last week. Now, this is something you're gonna have to call in and try to find out if you can do this. But downgrade the Chase Sapphire Preferred to the Chase Freedom or the Chase Freedom Unlimited, and then try to get the Chase Sapphire Reserve, so you get the sign up bonus with the Chase Sapphire Reserve. But I would find out first if that's possible. I wouldn't want to downgrade the Chase Sapphire Preferred to a Chase Sapphire or the Chase Freedom Card, and then not be able to get the Chase Sapphire Reserve, or have to wait a year or something like that in order to get it. So I would inquire first, and it's a simple phone call. You don't have to even give them any information. Just ask them, hey, is this possible? Can I do this? And then if they say yes, then maybe make that move. Now, you have the Chase Sapphire Preferred, so you can't just jump and get the Chase Sapphire Reserve right at this minute. You're going to have to make a decision with that Chase Sapphire Reserve or Preferred. But by all means, do not cancel the Chase Sapphire Preferred. Downgrade it to another card. Okay, and so David's saying that you should burn the Chase Sapphire Preferred. Yeah, just don't cancel it, though. Downgrade it or upgrade it. Okay, Savage, David Beach, you make me giggle. I'm gonna love this channel. Another channel in the Facebook group. Your style is one I can vibe with. All right, cool. Guys making friends, that's good. Let's see. Shamrock there is a live stream every Saturday and Monday, 7 p.m. 6 night time. Thank you, David, for the plug. All right, let's move down. But I love the Chase Sapphire Preferred. All right. Very nice. Thanks for letting me know. I will definitely tune in regularly. Hippish. Braveheart. Okay. Let's move on. Well, Amex won't approve me, so. Okay. The Chase Sapphire Reserve in 2 months. TC Amex Gold is better than Chase Sapphire Reserve because basically everyone spends more at grocery stores than travel. So, and okay, David, I agree with you. I agree that we spend more at grocery stores than we do on travel for the most part, depending on how much we travel. Some people travel a lot, so yeah, they'll be spending more in travel. But for me, yes, I spend more at grocery stores per year than I do traveling. But that doesn't mean that Chase Sapphire Reserve is not. That doesn't mean that gold is better because you can spend more with grocery stores. Because as we said, there are some benefits that the Chase Sapphire Reserve has that the Amex Gold doesn't have. One being lounge access. So and like I said, if we're looking at just 2 cards side by side, these are the only cards that you have. And this kind of goes in with the top tier and all that cards. So if we're just looking at the 2 cards, you're not looking at anything else, right? The Chase Sapphire Reserve still a better card overall than the Chase Sapphire or than the Amex Gold, and that's because it has extra benefits that you can get with the card. That's the only reason. The earn possibility, I would agree with you. If we're just looking at earn possibility, the Amex is a better card. Just right, plain and simple. It's a better card. But if we're looking at everything that card has to offer and we're putting them side by side, then yeah, the Chase Sapphire Reserve is a better card, and it is that top tier card, and that's how it has that top tier status. But if you have that Amex Platinum and the Amex Gold, you have a pretty strong ecosystem with those 2 cards. So that's where I'm saying that's where I'm saying Chase is losing out, because most people that get the gold are probably going to get the Amex Platinum as well, and now they're in that ecosystem, and they really don't have it. If you have those 2 cards, other than the fact that travel insurance, travel protection, which there are other ways that you can get that. Okay, so it's not just you can get them through other means. You can get your own medical, travel insurance, and different stuff like that. You can pay separate for that. Now that's not ideal, but I'm just saying there are other options. But when it comes to Chase, all they have is Chase Sapphire Reserve right now. They don't have anything else. So adding an additional card, I think, would really put them over the top. Okay, so Michael's saying the Ink Preferred and the Ink Cash has the same total annual fee. Wait, total annual fee as Chase Sapphire Preferred. No. The Chase Ink Preferred. Wait, I'll read your whole thing and then we'll go back. So the Ink Preferred and the Ink Cash has the same total annual fee as the Chase Sapphire Preferred, but adds 3 points per dollar for travel and includes cell phone coverage, cell phone protection. Well, and so the Ink Preferred, yes, $95 annual fee. The Ink Cash, or so you're just, so I guess you're saying the two cards compared to just the one Chase Sapphire Preferred. I think that's what you're saying. So yes, no, I agree with you because the Chase Ink Preferred, $95 annual fee. The Chase Ink Cash, 0 annual fee. Those two cards working together gives you better benefits than the Chase Sapphire Preferred. Yeah, I agree with that. The only barrier to getting the Chase Ink cards is their business cards, so you do have to consider that. You have to have a business, or you have to be a sole proprietor. So you have to make money on the side doing something in order to justify that. It's not hard to get business cards. I have 4 of my own right now. I have a photography business. I'm a sole proprietor. So it's not hard to get a business card, but you do have to have something to show for it that you're making money doing something. But I swear by these. I swear by the business cards. I think they're great. They're great options. Chase business cards are excellent because those cards, the Chase Ink Preferred, the Chase Ink Cash, the Chase Ink Unlimited, you're getting, or actually the Chase Ink Preferred, you're getting 80,000 sign-up bonus with that card right now. The Chase Ink Unlimited, the Business Unlimited, you're getting 50,000 points. The Chase Ink Cash, you're getting 50,000 points sign-up bonus. And the Chase Ink Cash and the Chase Ink Unlimited, those are 0 annual fee cards. So you're not going to find the Chase Freedom or the Chase Freedom Unlimited giving you 50,000 points or $500, but you will find that in the business cards. Okay, let's see. But what about the Amex point value? So, and the point values, as long as they're close, and they're close. The Chase Sapphire, I don't know the exact numbers. Chase Sapphire Preferred, or the Ultimate Reward points as compared to the membership reward points, they're very close. And so now it just comes to the transfer partners. Which partners do you like better? Who do you like flying on? What hotels do you like staying in? That's what it comes down to. It's not really that much of a difference. It's not that drastic. Like I always talk about, like Hyatt points compared to Hilton points, or actually we'll do it this way: Hyatt points compared to Marriott points. There's a huge difference in value. Hyatt points are valued much higher than all of them, IHG, Hilton, and Marriott. So when it comes down to, let's say I have Ultimate Reward points, and with Chase, so I have Ultimate Reward points, I have the option to transfer my points to Marriott, transfer my points to IHG, or transfer my points to Hyatt. I'm going to transfer a lot more points to Marriott and IHG in order to stay a night, whereas I can transfer a lot less to stay at a Hyatt property. So that's where those points they're valued more, and it makes sense. But when we're looking at Ultimate Reward points and membership reward points, they're very close in their point breakdown. So you're not really going to that right there shouldn't be like, oh, I'm going with Chase because Chase's points are worth more. They're not worth that much more. Okay. I love them all. All cards matter. Yeah. And different cards work for different people, so it's all good. Let's see. Uh-oh. We lost something here. Okay, so Shamrock is saying, I don't care which lender, but someone needs to link a deal with American Airlines as a transfer partner. American sure does need help. They do need help as they're not looking good these days. And they just don't. Oh, God, American Airlines. I want to like American Airlines. I gave them a shot. That was my first choice when it came to traveling. 3 years ago, when I set out on this journey, American Airlines was that's the airline I wanted to go with. I got their card, their Advantage card. I invested like time looking at. I flew on them a few times, but I just don't like their customer service. And I think if they change their customer service, then they'll be a better brand overall. But yeah, their customer service is just not in my experience. This is just my experience, so I'm not speaking for anyone else. But I can only go on my experience to determine who I'm going to make commitments with. And so, in my experience, I haven't had good experience with American Airlines. So that's all I'll say about that. But I agree with you. They do need to have some type of transfer partner set up there. I am equal opportunity card user. Yeah. Uh, let's see. Braveheart. You need a Pride Month credit card. Oh, God. Yeah, we can have one. Pride branded credit card, right? David, I know, right? Please answer my question. What was your question, buddy? I thought I answered your question. Or maybe I answered it now, but you put this before I got down to it. If I haven't answered your question, I will. If I haven't answered your question, Habib, just put it down again, and then we'll go over it. I know you did the super chat and you were asked the question, but let's see. He will get to it. He always does. Just takes a whole. Just takes a while. Yeah, I think I answered it. If I didn't, or you put things. Okay, so I got it. James, what's going on? What's your favorite? Let's see. What's your favorite cuisine while in Colombia? Also, we're able to use credit cards at local restaurants. Yeah. So, my favorite. You know what's funny about Colombia? And just James, just so you know, because my Colombian viewers, I might not have that many, but they really do not like the way we spell Colombia. And we're used to spelling Columbia this way because Columbia University, that's how we spell it, with the U. But yeah, it's with an O for Columbia, and for Colombia, the country. So that's one of their pet peeves. I'm telling you, they will correct you in a minute if you do that. The funny thing about Colombia, or the good thing about Colombia, and where I stay usually in Medellin, even in Cartagena, they have really adopted the kind of the high end restaurant, or like that experience where uh, you have a lot of restaurants they cater to Americans now, and so they have some really good like cuisine there. Now, traditional food in Colombia, generally they have bandeja paisa is like their traditional meat, like their traditional meal. It's and I'll say this: I've had it a few different ways. Some have been pretty good, but it's kind of a different. It's a lot of food. Let's just put it that way. It's a lot of food, but that's kind of their staple. So you're gonna have the beans and the rice. You're not gonna have like tortillas and stuff like that. Arepas is what they usually eat with their meal, and then plantains. What I love, and I don't think this is specific only to Colombia. I think there's some other Caribbean countries that have this too. But they have this thing called coconut rice. If you're ever in Colombia, and especially if you're on the coast, so if you're in Cartagena, Barranquilla, those areas, you have to try this coconut rice. You can also get it in Medellin. If you go to a fish restaurant in Medellin, you can get coconut rice. That is the best rice I've ever had in my life. And yeah, it's you have to try it. It's just amazing. But yeah, the quality of the food is very good. Like the way it's prepared, it's good. It's really good food. So, but I can't really think of like my favorite dish, and it might not even be like traditional Colombian, because I've tried a lot of different things there. And like I said, you can go to some of these high end restaurants. And when I say high end, it's high end to us in the sense that it might cost a lot of money in the U.S., but in Colombia it's like $10, and that's a high end restaurant. So that's how I feel about that. Let's see. And what else did you ask? Let's see. Yeah, I had no problems. So you're asking about using credit cards at restaurants. I had no problem at any restaurant, even some of the small, like we went to some small local towns, and you were able to use credit cards there as well. They do things a little different, James, when it comes to the credit cards and how you when you go to a restaurant, how you pay for your meals. They don't do the envelope thing or the little folder where they bring out the folder and you put your credit card in and then they take it off and charge it. They don't do that. They'll bring the machine to you. So it's like a little wireless machine. So they'll either do that. They'll bring the machine to you or you'll have to go up and pay. That's the way they do things. So it's always in front of you, which is the best way to do it, I think, because it's the safest way. Because they're not taking your credit card somewhere and skimming it on, stealing your identity by doing that. So everything is done right in front of you, which is good. So just be prepared for that. So if you do tell them that you have a credit card, usually what will happen is you ask for the check. They'll come over with the check, and then you'll just pull out your credit card. Once they see that, they won't even take your card at all. Like they'll just say, "Okay, wait," and then they'll go grab the machine and bring the machine over. So that's how it works. All right. I thought you were going to Vietnam. So that's Vic saying that. I don't know if he's asking me that. I do want to go to Vietnam in the future, but I have to see. Maybe that'll be my next year. You know what? I do want to go to Asia next year. I do want to go to Asia next year. So I'm gonna have to look at some of the trips. I have a buddy that loves going to Asia. This is second. He just got back from Thailand a month ago. And so I'll hit him up and see about going to Asia. But Vietnam is supposed to be like picturesque, a place perfect for photography. So I want to go and take some pictures there. Okay, let's see. I get to go to the Centurion Lounge in Seattle next week. Cool, David. Cool. Let's see. Nate, what's going on? Nate and Jess. I wanted to let you know that she finally got approved for the Chase Sapphire Reserve. Okay, cool. All right. Let's move on here. Nika, what's going on? Chase Sapphire Reserve is overrated. I fell out. Oh, you're gonna start something now. All right. After 3 weeks of review. Okay, so cool. So, and was it Nate? There's someone else too that was trying to get a card. I can't remember which card it was, but they were in a pending. So that's cool. That's cool that she got the card. So just so you know, sometimes you apply online and they put you in pending, and so you have to wait. I am more aggressive now when it comes to that. Like if they put me in a pending, when I say that, basically they will say, you fill out the application online. They'll say, I can't remember the exact verbiage, but pretty much they will get back to you in writing within 30 days or something like that. So there could be a variety of reasons for that. Doesn't mean that you automatically don't get it just because they put you in pending. They just need more information, or they need to look into things more, so they can do that. And I usually, and this has only happened to me with the business cards. The regular cards I get it immediately. But the business cards, for whatever reason, I've run into some problems where they've kind of put me in pending. And what I'll do is I will call. Like the first time I waited a week or two, and then I called. The second time I called immediately, like 10 minutes later. And then this last time, and I talked about this last week, but this last time was weird. They didn't do it the same way because in the past they kind of give you this whole format where okay, within 30 days they'll respond to me, but I don't have the card right away. But this last time I applied for that cash card, and basically they just said they're reviewing my application and they'll get back to me as soon as possible. So they just said they were reviewing it. It's almost like I applied for it and now they're reviewing it like it wasn't automatic, but they didn't. I don't know. It didn't seem like it was pending, but obviously it was pending. And they didn't even come back to me. They didn't respond back to me. I just happened to see on on my profile when I opened up my profile with all my other cards, because everything is in the same on the same profile on my cards. I just happened to see, oh, okay, I got the card because it was on my profile with the credit limit and all that. So yeah, that's how it works sometimes. But no, that's good. That's good that she got the card. And do you have the card too, Nate? So you guys both have the card now, or is she the other one that has it? Okay. Nate and Jazz, Chase Sapphire Reserve has good travel protection, trip cancellation, etc. Comes in handy when you just had a baby. Yeah, that's cool. And I mean, I'm hearing a lot of that, and we know, like like I said, I've used it before, uh, and it is good. It is a good to have. Let's see, Chase Sapphire Preferred, a Gold Platinum, is a good combo. Okay. And let's see. Plus Denver has restaurants. It gives you $27 voucher for Chase Sapphire Reserve Priority Pass card holders and guests. Yeah. And Amex still does. They still give it to you up in what they're gonna stop it in August 1st, I think. So as of right now, you're still getting it. But yeah, they will change that in the future. You have to wait 4 years to get another Sapphire sign up bonus. Oh, okay. Oh, no, that was Nika saying that. Let's see. Hey, Braveheart. Yeah, too much. Hey, okay. Ellie, how you doing? Or Ellie, I keep saying that. Sorry, buddy. Eli. I always say that. All right, guys. You guys are in here right now. If you guys have any other questions, go ahead and put it in the chat. And then also hit the like button if you haven't done so already. And let me talk a little bit about some of the stuff that we're going to be doing now. And yeah, I haven't talked about it in a long time. I talked about it earlier in this chat, but you guys probably weren't here or might not have been here. But I want to start doing interviews. Okay, so I have it set up now, or I can have, my little interview set up where we can have someone come on live and we can talk with them about credit cards and stuff like that. So that is the plan for next week. So next Saturday, we'll be doing that. And I might even jump on tomorrow. If I do, I'll let you guys know. In the Facebook group, I will post a link. But if I can get some willing participants to come on and just talk about their travel credit card experience, as well as the cards that they like and why, then we'll do that. I definitely want to start. I want to start making this more not just me, but the community in here talking, because I think we all have a lot of valuable information to provide. Like David's in here, and you have David going back with Shamrock, right? About different things, and that's great. I love that. And you have everyone else chiming in and adding their opinions and stuff like that. You also have other people who have channels, like Nika. You have a channel, and Nate and Jess, you guys have a channel. So if you want some more exposure and stuff like that, it's a perfect opportunity for you to jump in and live stream with us. But I want to start having this set up. So if you have pretty much everybody has a webcam now, right? We all have our computers with a little webcam in there. It's not the most flattering, I get it, but the most important thing is the content. So if you have valuable stuff that you want to share, or you just want to share your experience with travel and travel credit cards, then that's what we're going to start doing. So next Saturday, for sure, I'm going to have someone on, and then I might jump in tomorrow. If I have someone that's interested, then I might jump in and we'll just do kind of a quick one. But it'll just be kind of a Q&A thing. But I want to do more and more of those. Also, we're going to do the stuff that we're doing here. But like I said, I want to have more of the participation because I think it helps all of us. And it gives you a different point of view. Like, I like Chase. I have a Chase ecosystem. David has, he's got a Chase Sapphire Reserve, but he also has other cards, right? And you have other people that have other cards, and they have different experiences. And I think that really helps with overall, that helps the channel. Okay, who we have here? King Leader, what's going on, buddy? Love your show. Planning to get the Hyatt card. Hyatt card's a great card, man. It's a great card to have. the yeah, I have the card right now. You get 4 times points at Hyatt property as long as you're a member. So you have to be a member of the World of Hyatt program, which is easy. You sign up, it's for free. Um, and then you get the 4 points on top of that just for using the card. You get the free night every year, and if you use 15,000 on that card, you also get an additional free night, which is great. You get what do they give you? 2 points for every dollar spent at like gym membership, which is something that's a little out of the ordinary. Most cards won't give you that. So yeah, I like that card. I like the card a lot, and I use it when I can, when the value's right with that card. But yeah, that's a good card, definitely. Let's see, Julio. My Amex Blue business plus application also went pending due to me already having 5 credit cards, max limit. I had to close my Optima. Okay, that's cool. And see, and that happens too. Like Julio saying, like you'll have some cards that you might have too many cards. And if like Amex, I think you can get as many charge cards as you want, but if it's like the regular like traditional credit card, they limit you, and so it'll raise a flag and they'll say, okay, they can't accept it right away, but you just need to either call in or they need to call you and let you know, hey, you can get this card, but you're gonna have to downgrade one of the other cards or close one of the other accounts. Jason, you're coming from Juneau, huh? Juneau, Alaska. Cool. Uh, all right. So Michael's saying he likes that blue card. All right. Any other questions, guys? And to reach out to me too, just we're talking about the whole interview stuff. You can reach out to me on Facebook. So just in the chat on Facebook, even pose a question in Facebook. No, or I posted I posted a post. I posted in Facebook group basically that I am looking for people who are interested in talking. So you can just respond to that as well, and I'll be checking that. Or you can just respond on here. You can respond in the comments if you're interested. All right. What else do we have? We made you choose Hyatt as a chain. You give your loyalty to. Wait. Oh, what made you choose? So Jason's asking me what made me choose Hyatt. Well, my ecosystem is set up for it, basically. So the Chase ecosystem, it's set up for Hyatt. And I say that because Hyatt is the most valued when it comes to points out of the three. So you have the Hyatt program, you have Marriott, and then you have IHG. So when I want to really maximize my points, I'm gonna transfer them over to Hyatt because I for 5,000 points I can stay to Category 1. Category 1 Hyatt Place hotel, which I like. I actually like staying there. You get free breakfast. The rooms are nice and clean and all that. And I've traveled all over the world and stayed at different Hyatt places, and I've had a good experience. Plus, their customer service is excellent. Not to say that Marriott's not good or that IHG is not good. I've stayed at some IHG properties. I haven't stayed at Marriott in a very long time. But I do like the customer service at Hyatt. So I'm content with Hyatt. And so because I have that ecosystem, because I have the Chase ecosystem, it made sense for me to get the World of Hyatt card. And it made sense for me to continue to stay at Hyatt properties. Now, Hyatts are not everywhere. So they're limited. And they're in most major cities, but not in smaller cities. You're not going to have a Hyatt. So because of that, I have to have an alternative, and that alternative is usually an Airbnb. So that's generally the way that I work it. But yeah, I just like Hyatt. I don't like their elite status. I think that their elite status is lacking. And I've been the top tier. I've been a globalist, and you don't get that much out of being a globalist. And they've changed their program now where it's like 60 nights in order to hit globalists, and it's pretty ridiculous. So for what you get, you're just not you're getting a club lounge access as opposed to like a breakfast, which I would much prefer having a breakfast. but you get that club lounge access, which is, just think of it as a priority pass lounge. Pretty much, that's what it is in most hotels. And that's only at a Hyatt Regency and above. So the Hyatt Place, Hyatt House, you're going to get free breakfast anyway. So you're not going to, obviously, they don't even have club access at those properties. Not that I know of. I don't think they do. Okay. Okay, so David's saying he's interested. Let's see my comments. Yeah, I did see your comments, David. So we will set something up so you can do an interview. But yeah, I just want to know everyone else's story. That's basically what it is. That's why I want to. You guys have heard my story over and over again, so I want to talk to some other people, and I can have up to 6 guests. Now I'm not going to do that. At the most, maybe 3 guests, but I just kind of want to kind of talk back and forth with people that are doing the same thing, with the travel credit cards, and also like there's always that trip that you use points for that was just an amazing trip. Because you were pretty much able to go for free almost. I mean, you're just paying taxes and fees. I love hearing those stories because those are motivating stories, and I want you to share those with other people as well, because I think it really helps. It really helps other people kind of get their focus and say, yeah, you know what? I can do this. This person did. I can do this. So that's good. All right. Anything else, guys? Any other questions? I really appreciate the super chats from all of you guys. King Leader, thank you very much. Hibishu, thank you. Or Hibisha, thank you. And we had another super chat here. Just scrolling up here. Okay, I lost it. And yeah, if you guys are in here and you're new, please hit the subscribe button. Because we'll put out videos. I put out videos every week, at least 3 videos every week. And then I also do live streams Saturday and Monday. And like I said, Monday, I haven't figured out what I'm going to do yet. I'm still doing live streams every Monday, but I haven't really figured out exactly what I want to talk about. So we kind of talk about a variety of different things. I kind of want to have it like not a variety day, but more of like a focus day. So there's a few different things I have in mind that I'm going to start talking about and bringing guests. I want to have guests on Monday as well. So bringing guests on Monday and kind of talking about some different things. Okay. King Leader, wouldn't the Hyatt and the Marriott bound list card make a good combo? Hyatt for the multipliers and the Marriott for everything else. And you're saying a good combo, like, so I have both cards. But see, this is the only problem that I have with just getting like hotel branded cards, because I use the majority of the points that I use is for flying. So for flights. Now, some other people might have that already taken care of. Like Nika has a situation where she's able to fly because she works for an airline, so that's not an issue. The points for flying or the paying for flying, but I like to use my points mainly for flying. I like to have a ecosystem like the Chase ecosystem, because now I have flexibility. I can kind of transfer back and forth, but I don't want to get. And this is just me, but I don't want to jump in and get a bunch of different hotel branded credit cards or have hotel branded cards playing off each other, because I'm either staying at a Hyatt or at Airbnb. Those are the two. I have no real desire to stay in at a Marriott, so getting points wouldn't really benefit me in that aspect. But if it works for you, then by all means do it. And like I said, there's some people who already have that airfare taken care of, or they're paying cash for the airfare. That's the way they want to do it. And then they use their points for hotel stays. Totally understand that. But that's usually not the way that I do things. Interview sounds cool. It would be our first one live. Yeah, cool. Let's see. We are working on picking things back up with the channel. Have a video in the works. Okay, cool, Nate. Yeah, definitely. I would love to have you on. So we'll have to work something out. All right. Take care, David. Thank you for stopping by. Let's see. Thanks so much for your fun information chat. Shamrock, thanks for not kicking me out. I don't kick people out, man. I don't do that. I mean, I will if you're just talking about stuff that has nothing to do with travel, travel credit cards, or if you are attacking people in the group. And what you guys might not know is if let's say someone's using profanity and they're like attacking people, it's not going to show up in the chat because I have it filtered. So if anything comes out like curse words and stuff like that, it's not going to show up. So I see it, but you guys don't see it. So there might be a situation, and there was this is way back. It was like maybe a couple months ago. Uh, Someone got on the chat and they were really upset about the fact that I like Colombia, which they were upset about that. And so they were saying a lot of different things in the chat and going after different people. Not even me. They were going after different people in the chat, saying some rude things, but it wasn't showing to everyone, so they didn't see everything. So after I looked at it, I removed that person from the chat, from the live stream. And there were a few people who were like, "Why'd you remove him? You know, he had a different point of view, and we should all like." But they didn't realize that this person just came on, and they were really like going after people. So when it's stuff like that, yes, I will kick you because that's not what we're here for, right? And you can have difference of opinion, and I'm all for that, but just do it respectfully. And yeah, there'll be no problems. I'm not kicking anybody out or anything like that. And I like that. I want that. I want someone who has a different opinion because then it helps us all kind of see, okay, yeah, you know what? I like what TEC saying, or I like what Shamrock's saying, or I like what David's saying. You know what I mean? It kind of, you get different points of view because you don't want to just hear my point of view and what works for me, because what works for me might not work for you. So some other people might have a similar setup and it might work for you a lot better. And so there's no wrong wrong answer when it comes to like travel credit cards and stuff. Use the credit cards that work for you. That's the way it should be. And so you can't say, "Oh, this card's better than this card and this card's better than that card." That card might be better, but this card works better for me, and that's all I'm concerned with. So like, there's some people, they don't like Chase. That's fine. Chase works well for me. I like my Hyatt properties like we talked about. I can transfer my points over to Hyatt. You can't do that with any of the other ecosystems. So that card works for me. I'm okay with flying on United, so I can transfer my points to United and fly on the Star Alliance partners. That works for me. So that's the way that you have to look at it ultimately. Okay, let's see. Thanks for not. Okay, we already looked at that. Thanks for joining, Shamrock. I also enjoyed hearing your opinions, especially as you're also a work traveler. And I didn't, Shamrock, I didn't get where you work. If you could just let us know that, or not where you work. I shouldn't say that. What you do as a work traveler, like how, or not even what you do as a work traveler. How often do you travel? That's what I'm saying. For work, how often do you travel? Because I don't talk about what I do for work, so I don't. I'm cool with you not saying what you do for work, but just what do you do for, or how often do you travel as a travel worker, if that makes sense. Okay. Let's see. Thanks for me. Welcome. Definitely join the Facebook group. I appreciate your style. Interaction certainly makes for thought-provoking thinking, strategizing. Cool. All right, guys. Let's see. Was that the guy that had the family member killed in Colombia? Yes, David. That's the one that had that situation. But like I said, and I get it. I understand. I understand that he was very emotional about it and very upset about it. But when you're lashing out at people and calling people out of their name and stuff like that, I can't keep that in the group. Like, I can't keep that in the conversation, because once you get to that point, then you're not. I mean, it's no longer a conversation. It's just a yelling match back and forth. So, yeah, that was that whole thing. But like I said, you guys didn't see half the stuff that he was putting out there, and the reason is because it's blocking that stuff. Okay. Okay, so James is asking, do you think Chase points are worth more than Amex points? I do, but I think the points are they're very close. And I think TPG, they have their little, you can go on their website and you can see that the point breakdown, they're very close. So it's not worth saying, oh, I'm going with Chase over Amex because those points are just valued that much higher, because it's not like that. They're very comparable. Okay. How can you pay your mortgage on credit card? Who's this? Brown Best owner. So there are different ways to do it. You can use, like, if you're trying to do a sign up bonus, and you'll have to look more into it. I don't want to give you bad advice, and I've never done this before. Use it to pay mortgage or rent or car payment or anything like that. There are methods that you can do, but you're gonna have to jump in and do some research. And just understand you're going to pay a fee. It makes sense to do it for a sign-up bonus if you can't hit that sign-up bonus without it. If you can hit the sign-up bonus without it, then try to hit the sign-up bonus without it. But you're always going to pay a fee, so you're always going to pay an extra fee. What you don't want to do is use it for after the fact. So you hit the sign-up bonus and then you just start using it, because even though you might be making 3 cents or 3 points for every dollar spent, which is 3%, and you're paying 2.5% in order for that transaction to go through, in order for you to pay your mortgage, then now you're not making anything. You're not earning anything. You're not earning much, so it doesn't make it worth it. So sign-up bonus, yeah. If you don't think you can hit the sign-up bonus, use it to hit the sign-up bonus. But at that point, I wouldn't just continue using it. You're not gonna make out 150, 115 nights a year. Wow, those nights are about 30 of them are international. Wow, okay. So you really can benefit from cards if your company's allowing you to use your credit card and reimbursing you. Yeah, that's a real good deal if they're allowing you to do that. Okay, Brown, none unless the card is brand new. Using it to hit minimum spend. Yeah, so that's what David's saying. I totally agree with that. Let's see. You can usually pay your real estate taxes and homeowners insurance with a credit card. Yeah, and those are things that you can plan ahead too. So, or pay off when you want to hit your sign-up bonus. You just pay it right off, and it's something you have to pay anyway. And that's where you start looking at, okay, and people have said this, well, how do I hit this minimum spend? It's $5,000. How can I do that in 3 months? Well, there's certain things that you can pay up front, and there are things that you're going to have to pay anyway, but you pay them up front. Make sure you have the money, like in your savings, so pay it up front and then pay your credit card off. But then 6 months down the road, it's going to even out because it's something that you would have had to pay. Like car insurance is a big one. So car insurance, just pay it all off for that 6 month period or for the year, however you pay it, and then over time you're going to see, okay, well, I'm getting my money, or not really getting my money back, but it's balancing everything out. So you might take money out of your savings initially, but then you'll get that back. Over time. So you just take out whatever that insurance, you pay $150 a month for insurance. You pay it all up for that 6 months, and then down the line, every time you get a paycheck, you get that extra $150 for the month. You just put that back into your savings. You kind of replenish it that way. All right. All right, guys. We are going to go, and I appreciate you guys all stopping by. Please hit the like button on your way out, and we will be back on Monday for sure, and possibly tomorrow, but I will keep you posted. But I definitely want to do some live interviews, so that's what we want to work on for right now. Let's see. James has the last question. Thank you for answering my questions. I love your show because all of us communicate live here at this platform. Cool. And like I said, I want to take it to the next level, and that will be having people on, and we're all talking. And it's easier for someone to be on live talking with us than the chat and typing back and forth. So, yeah, we'll just go with that. Like I said, hit the like button on your way out. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so, and we'll talk to you again on Monday. Take care. Bye.